Hello, how are you doing?
That's the face of a man who just pulled off a successful jinx.
Yeah, 3-1, right? Yeah, 3-1.
I'm
No,
gonna
notice how it's just kind of
go
laughing.
3-1.
Olusegun.
Yeah. Oh, we can hear you.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
So just exactly, where did you get 3-1 from? Because you knew this was gonna happen.
Bro, you're still on mute.
Bro, you're on mute.
Man, you're so old.
The guy's voice is as much as Arsenal's goal.
Let him talk.
You do it on purpose.
I want to know how long is.
Hey, no, just let us talk.
Don't tell him.
Don't tell him. Man is practicing what he learns from.
Don't tell him.
Yeah.
No, but HH, how can you say that? How can you say that, HH?
But how can 3-1 though? Like how?
HH,
Nah, you're crazy, bro. You're crazy. You can't say that, bro. You can't say that.
Hold on.
You can't say that, bro. You can't say that. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro.
The way he was eating that food. The way he was eating that food on his Twitch stream.
Wait, HH, what's the meal? HH, what's the meal?
That was survival. That was survival. He was trying to survive.
No way, bro. You got that? There's no way. Oh my god. That's
you know you're still on mute, right?
Wait, how much?
So nice, though. Their food is so nice. Yeah, they have that. They have that thing.
Wait, how much? Wait, no way. What? Really?
You can't be serious. This cannot.
You can't be serious,
bro. He's crazy.
That's crazy. Wait, did you get drink? What's the drink?
Open the box.
Wait, so it came together separately? It came together separately. Damn, no way, bro. That's crazy.
Why is it?
No way.
There's a section for
and
you.
how much was it?
Man.
How much was it, HH?
How many King Charles finals did you?
How much?
£500. Okay.
Wait, is it spicy? Is it spicy? No.
This is why you're the goat.
That's good. No way, man. That.
Yeah, you're right.
Gallo, can you do a voice?
Yeah,
I
Money Mace does have to say something.
Generational.
Oh, this is.
Gallo, do a voiceover.
Yeah, bro. I know you're sneaky with that video, bro. I know you're trying to jinx, bro.
All right, guys. We're gonna talk about Peter. We're gonna talk about Dembele.
Yeah. 100%.
The Ballon d'Or favorite.
Nah, you can't do that, bro. You can't do that. You can't do that, bro.
You're right. Mbappe is
apology. Is this
Say nothing if you like young boys. Say nothing if you like young boys.
Come back.
Hold up.
Come back.
Is this generational?
You're lying.
Generational.
Bro, that's the perfect.
You've won the.
Damn bloody fool.
You know, I should have thought. You've won the book, bro.
That, no, because the way YSK was speaking, when he was, I was like, I'm answering it, but the way, but I know YSK long enough. YSK, you're a prick. YSK, no, you're a prick. YSK, you're a prick. Like, no, you're a prick.
By the way,
No, guys, everyone, streets. I want to say hashtag LSK. Hashtag LSK.
No.
So hold on.
Technological break.
Let me explain. So guys,
bro,
when and the rest, because I was having an honest burger. I'm double smashed cheeseburger.
One isn't enough.
Also, money makes
for 4 minutes.
One brick.
All right, hold on.
One brick ain't enough. One brick ain't enough.
Is that fair?
Bro, you went over 5 minutes.
A brick for every minute.
No, that was bad. No, that was bad.
You went over 5 minutes.
And also, this is a brick for the panel and the streets for not alerting me as well. Let's just get to so guys. Let me hold on. So guys,
for you because everybody was telling you.
Hold up. So guys, when Dembele scored, I was having an honest burger, double smash cheeseburger with some really quality chips. Shout out to honest burger.
Can you really be eating that at your age?
Bro, I turned 21 this year. So,
bro, you
and also basically, guys, hold up. We're gonna have an US apology tour, but the job is halfway done. The job's halfway done, and also Money Mace. My prediction was real. That was an honest prediction. There was nothing reverse jinx about it. That was a cold, honest prediction.
I respect 100%. Fake it till you make it, man. Fake it till you make it.
Like a shame.
And also, LJ, you know LSG still lives. And LSG in the second leg is still can still happen.
Okay, HH, whatever you say. We'll have
guys, hold on, guys. Like the vid, subscribe for your grammar, guys. This is the UCL show. If subscribe, comments, do all that kind of stuff. If there's anything you wish to ask the show, please feel free to send in a super chat. Your super chats and your dubs help to keep this channel funded. I have gone away from OnlyFans, but I will be going back there next month because Rachel is looking quality. And BBLs do live. And BBLs matter. So, guys, send those super chats and send those debitskis to keep the channel alive. So, guys, let's get in on this damn show. So, my reaction. So, guys, it gets real. So, should we start with... Okay, let's start here. Are Arsenal out?
Yes.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say they're out, but they're on the back foot. They're on the back foot.
No. Yes.
Okay, no. I want to go to Belgian Heskey, who I know is more level-headed. Belgian Heskey, are your club out? What? No, I don't trust you. Belgian Heskey, is your club out?
I mean, it's only 1-0. It's 1-0. Odegaard drops a generational all-time stinker. Partey, I don't know what he done last game to get himself, booked, and he's missing this game. So obviously we missed Partey in the middle. They had an opportunity to beat us, 2-0. They could have made it, ended the whole tie. But I mean, it's only 1-0. Going into the next game, obviously the problem is because we had Marino in midfield. It's crazy to say we had Marino in midfield instead of up front. That's obviously hurt us. And so, he should have brought on somebody for Odegaard sooner. But I mean, I reckon. I mean, we're not playing at full strength. They've got all their players, so this is the best we're going to see them play, right? So next game, when we get Partey and Rice back, Rice is playing in that 8. Partey's back in the 6.
No. Okay, this is all true, but you're playing away from home, 1-0 down.
It doesn't matter. We went to the Bernabeu. We went to the Bernabeu. What happened?
Wait, hold up. You said you went to the Bernabeu.
Yeah, you were defending a lead.
Did you play a real team?
We went to the.
No. Hold on. No, Money Mace.
hang on.
Money Mace.
Hang
Let's
on,
no,
hang on.
let's continue. So you say went to Bernabeu. Continue. So.
I mean, so what's to say that we can't go to, Paris and be PSG? I don't understand. Like, you can actually just,
okay,
win
but
1-0
Heskey,
and
I
then
agree
go
with you and
to
everything, but do you agree that PSG are considerably better than Real Madrid, and Real Madrid in 2025 are not a very good team?
Yeah, they're definitely well more structured. But obviously Real Madrid, their star talent, that was, we thought Real Madrid would get over the line because all that UCL heritage, star talent, all of that. But let's put things in perspective. We did not expect Arsenal to be Real Madrid last time, right? So let's not start pretending that because Real Madrid are rubbish, that's why we can't go to Paris.
When you went to Bernabeu, were you winning or losing?
It doesn't matter. We still
No,
went to the Bernabeu and beat them.
That's
irrelevant.
You said it doesn't matter. Drop the brick.
Were you winning or losing when you went to Bernabeu?
So hang on. All right. So say you was losing 2-1, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means that you can't go to the Bernabeu and win.
The Bernabeu in 2025 Belgian head.
But you won 3-0.
No, hold on, Heskey. You're missing a very key thing. Screw all that heritage crap. That heritage crap has Real Madrid down like 16-3 against Barca in 3 games. Let's talk strict football. Are Real Madrid as good a team as PSG in 2025?
Now we know they're not as good as PSG.
Now, before the game, I knew PSG were better.
Heskey.
This whole year they've been better.
They haven't been that good. Obviously, they haven't been that good. But it was only after we beat them, then we were saying that.
No.
No.
You exposed them even more. But Heskey, we have been saying this that Real Madrid have been dysfunctional all season.
That's Premier League fans saying Real Madrid aren't good. Everybody who watched Real Madrid week in, week out knew they weren't good before.
Yeah. No. It's not even that. In the Champions League itself, who didn't they play Milan? That rubbish Milan that couldn't even get
lost
past
3-1 at Bernabeu.
They lost 3-1. Dortmund were 2 up against them, but it's Dortmund with Dortmund.
All right.
Liverpool slapped them at Anfield.
PSG.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so no,
Can I end this hopium, please?
No. Monomace, I'll come to you for the trash you're going to say against your team. I want to now come for so Heskey. I appreciate that you have your faith is in Partey coming back, and you believe that this team is capable of beating PSG in Paris.
It's only 1-0. It's 1 goal divide. It's 1-0. So if it was
no. Wait.
All right,
hold up. Do you listen to what I said?
Was this a fake 1-0?
Wait. Hold up, Heskey. Do you believe your team can beat PSG in Paris?
Absolutely.
You believe you will?
That's not outlandish. That's not outlandish. It's just that.
All right, let's the realism, HH.
No. That's not outlandish. What he said. It's just that.
That's not outlandish.
It's not outlandish. That
It's not outlandish, but given what I saw in that first leg, it's a tall order.
HH, this was a 1-0 that could have been a 4-0.
Because you have to realize this is that PSG, because he has to realize this, PSG can draw and go through. PSG don't need to win the game. So 1-1, 2-2, whatsoever, they're there. See, the issue with that first leg is that wait, hold up. The issue with that first leg is you didn't score. That's basically when you look at that first leg. Partey, hold up, Heskey. Partey ain't pick Vieira. Partey ain't like Henry. So the difference Partey is going to make will not make up the amount of difference I saw in that first leg. I'm sorry.
No, not even that. No. I feel like the second leg is going to be more like the last 10 minutes because Arsenal know that they need to score. They are coming from a losing position. Against Madrid, they could just sit back and counter. You can't do that. And you saw how many chances PSG had at the end in that last 10 minutes. But Galak, Arsenal were pushing forward.
But Galak, if you deep it, if you guys watched Arsenal, anyone that watches Arsenal will know that even against Real Madrid, the first leg, they scored 2 goals from a set piece. Arsenal, it's going to be tough for them to do something if they don't score from set pieces. Arsenal are not a scoring machine. They're a very good organized team. But they're very in terms of tactically. In terms of tactically, they're aggressive when it comes to set pieces. Actually, Trossard and Martinelli had chances today. If you're gonna rely on Trossard and Martinelli to score for you in the Parc des Princes, what are we talking here?
Wait, hold
Why
on.
is correct? Because the offside goal they scored was actually from a set piece, like literally.
Yeah,
Like,
hold on. Let me go to Money Miss. Talk to me.
Yes, can I go after Money?
Can you put up my
Can I
API?
go after KJ?
Hold on. What's it?
We are 90 minutes away from this man becoming the richest man in England. Because if I don't see a 3-1 at the Parc des Princes, this man's going to become a billionaire Forbes list, you know, with those.
He's going to actually become Jabba the Hutt, man.
Well, here's you know, because I've not been on AFC for a long time. So is the consensus on AFC that Arsenal were going to beat PSG? Was that the consensus?
Most of the consensus was like
amongst the delusional ones, yes.
No, I'm not lying to you.
Wait, hold on. Let me hear it first.
Real Madrid trap.
Money Miss.
Yeah. AJ, there's a few people who need to answer for today's loss. First of all, we're going to go with the biggest criminal, and that is the manager. Now, Thomas Partey is missing.
Sorry, Money Miss, before you go. And this is as to your Arteta thing. How do you give Martin Lawrence? How do you give the Norwegian Martin Lawrence 90 minutes?
We're going to get to him because he's also one of the crooks that I'm going to talk about. The biggest crook, Mikel Arteta. Yeah. Blonde hair, blue eyes. The biggest crook, Mikel Arteta. You see this guy? Tactically, we had Thomas Partey coming out the team. So what he did, criminal today. He moved Marino, who is playing well in striker, into midfield, who's not been playing well in the midfield. He moved him out of that position. And then he moved Declan Rice from the 8 to the 6. When everyone knows Declan Rice is not good at ball progression. He's not good at moving the ball forward. He's good at pressing, being on the front foot. But instead, he puts him up at the top of he puts him at the 6. And then we don't have him pressing. And you've just rejigged the whole team when instead you could have just played a midfielder in the midfield. Plays Zinchenko midfield. He plays midfield for his country. I'd rather have one person out of position than 3 people out of position. And even when you're watching the game, you can see that the changes are needed. You need to make a difference. You're getting out-coached by Enrique. But no, you make one like-for-like change with Ben White in the 80th minute for Timber. Nothing changes. Right back for right back. You bring on Ethan with 5 minutes left.
Crazy.
And you clap your hands and hype the fans for 90 minutes.
No, but hold on. What was the point of that change? Like, is it your place? You might as well not even make that change. How are you bringing on an attacking guy? Thanks. Not 5 minutes, 5 injury time minutes.
PSG, they thought maybe PSG were tired or something. That's the only reason managers do that.
This guy made 0 tactical adjustments in the middle of the game, even though we were getting cooked for the first 30 minutes. And all he did was grab the ball, throw it for a throw-in, clap his hands, hype up the fans. Let's go. Come on, passion. We need this. When instead, let the fans hype themselves up. Worry about your job. Worry about tactics. Worry about why you're getting overwhelmed in the midfield. Worry about why you need to double up on their fullbacks because their wingers were playing well. Worry about how you can get at Hakimi and Nuno Mendes. Worry about how you can press them from the front. Instead of worrying about all those things, you worried about hype, clap, grab the ball, passion, all that stuff. Let's talk about the second crook, Martin Odegaard. He's a professional thief. Professional thief, Professional thief.
Sorry, you know what I always say? Your captain doesn't have to be your best player. Your captain cannot be your worst player.
Thanks.
Your captain he doesn't have to be your best player. He can't be your worst player.
That's a cold line, I can't lie.
He can't be your worst player. Odegaard was Arsenal's worst player, and he's been Arsenal's worst player for a pretty long time.
4 months, he's been Arsenal's worst player. Declan Rice, who isn't even that great at ball progression, was doing Odegaard's job on the pitch.
What?
And his own job.
Seen that.
He was the one progressing the ball. HH, Odegaard wasn't even asking for the ball. He wasn't asking to receive it. He wasn't asking to turn, bring it forward. He literally he does what the manager does: jog, run around, hype up the fans, clap, passion, all that stuff. No creativity, no asking for the ball, no ball progression, no pressing, no nothing. You do what the manager does on the side. That's why you're his captain, because you do what he does. Hype up the fans, wave your arms, hype, clap. Let's get the hype, passion this, passion that. When instead, worry about your own job again. This guy has stunk out the pitch for months. Absolute months. He's been Arsenal's worst player for months. Even in the Real Madrid game, when everybody played well, he somehow found a way to play bad. I don't even know how that's possible.
Yeah. No.
The number 6, we know Declan Rice isn't good on the ball. We know he's not great at ball progression. So we don't ask him to do that. We ask him to press, win the ball back, and distribute it to the other players. But instead, he has to pick up the ball from the back 4 and move it forward and dribble through the lines and get past people, because Odegaard can't be bothered to do anything apart from flick his hair and give it to Saka and hope Saka does something. That's all he does for 90 minutes, HH.
Yeah, but I've been saying this for so long. This is the most overrated Arsenal player we've had.
But I think to Moneymaker's point, that shows the lack of balls from Arteta. Because a manager with the balls and who is brave, I don't care whether you're the captain. At the maximum 60th minute, get off the pitch. The fact that he only allowed to play 90 minutes because, he's my captain, so he must play. But no, this guy is jeopardizing the chance for you to, because he's literally wasting a position on the pitch. So the fact that he was given 90 minutes only because he's captain for Arteta, that shows lack of balls.
You saw the difference today in him and real midfielders. You saw the difference.
God damn!
Real midfielders. You saw the difference between him and real midfielders. When you have someone like Vitinha, who's comfortable and wants to ask for the ball and receive it at every single opportunity, that's what you want from a midfielder.
No. Okay, let's take the least of that 3, João Neves. You could say it's probably the least talented outside of Ruiz.
I'd argue Fabian. I'd argue Fabian.
No, Ruiz was money, man. And Ruiz has been money since thingy. But take Ruiz, take Neves. The gulf in midfield footballing quality between Ruiz and Neves and Odegaard was vast and shocking. Because that was the issue there.
You can't lie on Neves.
It's one thing playing bad. It's another thing not even trying. That's two very different things. I'd rather someone plays bad than not even try in the game. Because here's the thing. I don't think Marino played great. At least Marino is asking for the ball. Marino, who I don't even rate that highly. Even Marino's asking for the ball when he gets it.
Wait, Moneymaker, I just have a quick question. Is it true that Arsenal rejected Fabian Ruiz in the summer to get Marino?
I have no answers for that. But okay, here's the thing. Even Miles Lewis-Skelly has to go from left back into midfield to dribble the ball forward because Odegaard can't even be bothered to do that. Even the left backs have to get involved in the build-up.
I thought Lewis-Skelly played well today. I'm not gonna lie.
But yes, that's my point. Even the left backs have to get involved in the build-up to move the ball forward. And in games like this, you need people who want the ball, who want to get onto it, who want to move it. This ain't Premier League. You can't stink it out and then give it to your best player and hope something happens. Sunday league tactic.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, yes. So, wait. So, hold on. Okay, so Moneymates, and I want you just to be fair here. I want you to be as fair as Haskell. Just be fair here. Is it over, or do you see a possibility where you can come back in the second leg?
5% chance we go through. If we were going through, we had to win this game or at least draw it, because then we had to go there with the game plan of going there to defend and counter-attack. That's to do what we did in Madrid. That's what we had to do in this. The fact that we lost today, bro, it's over. because they're gonna go. PSG are not gonna go play some. PSG are not gonna overcomplicate the tactics. They're not gonna go and think, oh, we need to hold on. No, they're just gonna play a football match and try and win it. And if PSG want to play an open football match, they're gonna cook us, because while we have Saka, Martinelli, and Marino, they've got Kvaratskhelia, Doué, and Dembele. You saw the difference, HH. There wasn't, even though they played much better football than us in terms of progressing the ball through the lines, in terms of chances, it was very close. They had one chance in the 4th minute. They took it. They just took it. First chance. And it's a difficult chance from Dembele. Great finish.
Yeah. And also, who was at fault?
1v1s.
Declan Rice was because did he actually see Rice? Did he see Rice look at Dembele, then leave him?
Yeah, I know. But HH, here's the thing. These are great players. So to think PSG were not going to score a goal over the course of 2 legs was ridiculous. They were always going to score. They've got great players. But you saw the difference today in quality. One midfield asked for the ball. Another midfield had one person, the number 6, who isn't even that technically great, asking for the ball. One attack had a chance and they took it. The other attack had 2 chances in front of goal and they fucked it up. That's the difference today. That was literally the difference was quality. And when I said that this manager is not good enough, part of the reason why I said that is squad building. I'm 5 years in and Martinelli is my left winger. I'm 5 years in and Marino is my striker.
Martinelli scored at the Bernabeu. Come on.
Yeah, but KJ, you got to look at it. This dude had 2 good, clear-cut chances. That first one bit him in the ass.
I'm trolling, by the way.
That first one bit him in the ass.
Guys,
no, that's first chance. You can't miss
that.
You got to score that.
The easiest chance. That was inexcusable. That is the easiest chance that we had during the match. HH, we're 5 years in.
It's Martinelli.
Look at the squad quality between us and PSG.
Anyone surprised? Like he's been doing this whole year. This is Martinelli's season. That's what he
but
been
doing.
You can't compare yourselves financially to PSG though. That doesn't make sense.
No, but KJ, we can, because the money's been spent. You know, PSG spent $1 billion on their squad. Yeah. We've spent 750 million. So in my mind, I'm expecting my squad to be slightly lesser than PSG's. My squad is way less than PSG's. HH, I'm looking to the bench. The only person that can come on is Ethan Nwaneri, and the manager gives him 5 minutes. I'm looking at PSG bench. Zaire Emery, Barcola, Gonzalo Ramos, people that can affect the game, people that can change the game.
Zaire Emery, yes, but the other two...
The other 2 are bozos, man. The other 2 are bozos.
The other 2 bozos...
Well, actually, the other 2
bozos would start for Arsenal, and the other 2 bozos are better than what we have.
Yeah,
so that tells you the gap in quality. Like, this is what I mean. They've got 3 midfielders who all want the ball, who are technically great.
Are you serious?
Out of my midfielders, I've got one.
Wait.
No.
It is full of
the Oos is out.
Okay, wait, hold up. I'm reading Fabrizio Romano. Ousmane Dembele will undergo tests on Wednesday. It does not look like a serious injury, but we will check for the return game.
Inshallah.
I don't think I think he's fine. I think he's
fine. Ricardo, man, this bum, man.
Ricardo, you know what? Hold up. Nah. Ricardo, you are Ricardo, he's scared. Yeah. He's scared of a potential Usman fan. Okay, sorry. One minute, continue.
No, but this is my point.
Miyagi, bro. We have to make sure he plays.
Yeah. Part of the reason why I want this manager gone is because of the squad building. Because how much was Doué? 50 million? 50 million euros, by the way? Yeah. Not pounds, 50 million euros. That's what, 42, 43 million pounds? For that money, I bought Havertz for 65.
Yeah, no. I think that's just very good, because I want to also know that how much of the acquisitions of how much was Fabian Ruiz from Napoli?
Oh, it was cheap. It was like 20.
Cheap. I thought he was on for
20 million. It was like 20-30 million, not more than that. Yeah. It was cheap.
And then how much was João Neves?
João Neves was like 60.
Vitinha was from Wolves.
Scouting, man.
Scouting. That's the thing about PSG spending.
Do you know what happened with João Neves, guys?
They spent like maybe $1 billion on them.
Guys.
Wait. Hold on. So what is that? Sorry, Monimes, continue. One at a time.
I think the specific person here is Kivicha.
Yeah. No, but Gatlock's completely right. There's the difference. But people think that's the money that equates means that you're going to get quality. No, it's money plus scouting. You can spend as much money as you want. Unless you find the right players,
it's scouting. There are quality players out there, but because they play in a lesser league for a lesser team, like, no. And people fall into the whole thing of hype. Oh, these guys hyped us, so therefore I'm going to pay 80. Where if I was a guy that's twice as good, 3 times as good technically, you can get for 30 or 40.
The best midfielder in the world, the best midfielder in the world was 15 million euros from Las Palmas. Right now, the best midfielder in the world came from Las Palmas for cheap money. I could have bought 5 Pedris for 1 Havertz. Let's not do ratios.
Well, that's a fact. That's a fact, though.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Would you say Pedri is probably the exception? Because they bought Pablo Torre for pretty cheap as well, and he's ass. So, like, it's hit and miss with those.
No. Look, it's always going to be a crapshoot and it's always going to be a gamble. But the fact of the matter is that when you just look at, I would love to know the combined money transfer of Neves, Vitinha, and
115 mil, I think.
115 mil.
And Declan Jollof was 100.
105.
Okay, Caicedo was 100 too. Caicedo was 100.
Fabian Ruiz cost 22 million because he had 1 year left on his deal. Neves'
How
release
much
clause
did
was
Enzo
100
Fernandez
million.
cost, by the way?
Neves' release clause was 100
Enzo
million.
was
They got
like
that
60
reduced to
million,
like
I think. Was like 60.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me take some data. I want to come to KJ. So shout out to your boy Spice Exmo. Brickdor confirmed. Oh, okay, yes, okay, that's it. Shout out to AR. We're in the semis. 4 coaches. Okay, AR.
Is AR a PSG fan?
Now I'm scared because AR. I know that you were Arsenal. Then he went to Real Madrid. So AR, who are you repping?
Champions League.
I think he's repping PSG.
He's repping the
competition. Look at
Oh, okay. All right. Shout out to us. Arsenal crowd was a disgrace. Only had PSG to today. Do you know what it was? That goal.
Yeah,
that goal.
Yeah.
Like that goal
and playing long ball for 90 minutes. How can the fans sing if you're playing long ball for 90 minutes?
Yeah, you can. No.
You know what makes me laugh?
No, sorry. I think
after it.
Yeah. The thing is that Arteta said, "Bring your noise, bring the screaming, bring the voice." This guy was pushing and vibing. And so obviously that at the stats, that crowd was. But Dembele scored. He scored so early. It screwed up the whole crowd, and also the crowd just got more.
Wait,
it's the early goal and how much PSG controlled the game. The crowd just couldn't get into it.
And then too, HH, you gotta think this in mind too. When they scored that first goal and that second goal, which was offside, they still didn't yell.
Yeah, that's it. Also, sorry, Gatling,
and you know, Arsenal pride themselves on their defense. And one thing that I hate is about this whole stuff is when you're playing trash and you now start doing this is started from Vinny and some of these other hype guys that always like to put their arms up. Like, bro, you're playing trash. Like,
Facts.
Raya, you made a great save. Thank you for that. For us now. But I'm sorry, you can't be doing after making a great save. You almost conceded. What the hell are you talking about?
Odegaard just placed the pass. Went for a throw-in and he's hyping the fans.
Wait, why
Be honest. I want to be real.
Okay.
Did you actually think that Arsenal midfield could compete? Be honest.
If you looked at my preview, I said that. Money Mace, my prediction was real. That was an honest prediction. There was nothing reverse jinx about it. That was a cold, honest prediction. 100%. Okay, prediction time. This is the best leg. I still think stylistically this suits Arsenal, and this is a good matchup for Arsenal. I still believe that, and I'm still going to stand by that this is a great matchup for Arsenal. You want a prediction? A prediction easy. I'm easy. 3-1 to Arsenal. I think Arsenal get the 3-3 Gs, but
that's a good one.
PSG to get PSG. I believe PSG are going to score. PSG going to score, and I think PSG are good for a goal for sure. But I think Arsenal's defense stops them to a 1 goal, and I I think because Arsenal know how desperate they are, they're playing at home, and guys, that stadium is going to be insane. Look, I've been to Emirates before, so, but I can only imagine the atmosphere that's going to be, and it's going to be freaking insane.
We'll be back with you after this short ad break.
No, HS, you do this to yourself, man.
I'm Romelu Lukaku, aka Tim. So, fear the desperate thing. Of course, PSG want to win with the UCL for that Mbappe narrative, 100%. PSG want to win the UCL. Arsenal are desperate to win the UCL. So there is a want and there is a desperation. There is a desperation just based on how the season has unfolded. Because Arsenal know that we cannot be bridesmaids 3 times in a row. We cannot get clowned on the hangouts by being the bridesmaids 3 times in a row. So I just feel that you're going to see Arsenal just have they're going to have probably one of the games of the season. They're going to have one of their best performances of the season, both defensively and the team attack. And I do feel they're good for bridges. So I say, and let's go 3-1 ain't over. You're going to Paris, and PSG are very good in Paris, and that is a second leg in Paris. So I think a 3-1 is a perfect kind of foundation to make it for an interesting second leg. But that's my final answer: is 3-1. Today,
you are
1
a
plus
great
1
James.
equals 2. And the better football team won.
Man, why is game? Come on, bro.
Categorically superior to Arsenal.
You are the most shameless person ever. I know for a fact you did not believe 3-1, even in your heart.
There's something. I think it was Barry. I think it was Barry or Hamza that said it on the members.
He's going to tell us it was for content. He's going to tell us.
Hey, wait, hold on. Hey,
Wait, can I? No. Let me read this. Okay, so shout out to Christ is King. Partey will force himself on Paris next year.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Bro, force himself is mad.
What the fuck you talking about?
Is he wrong though?
Sergei
That's
Stepanov.
crazy.
Money makes dramatic like an auntie. It's 1-0. Money makes you want to respond to you being called an auntie?
If we somehow win this tie, it has nothing to do with us being good. It's because PSG bottled it. Simple as. No. This is a fact. We're not going to go through on a great performance.
Shout to ads. Mountains are there to be climbed. Ole versus PSG.
Be serious.
No, I'm sorry. That was just some kind of witchcraft.
Gallo, do you know what's going to be so bad? I know for a fact there's going to be like the whole believe, guys, let's believe narrative business before the match starts.
You have to believe.
You're going to do the Brexit Real Madrid.
The Avengers speech.
Believe.
But Robbie's going to be outside the park.
Sure. How to Casey? Remember, thank you for membership, bro. Ty is very open. Partey is very important for Arsenal. So remember, Casey is a reverse jinx merchant. So anything that Casey says is a lie. KJ, talk to me. Remember, we're gonna focus on Dembele for the next topic.
Can I speak up?
Yeah.
It's just, can you pull my AVI, please?
Hold on. Where's this guy's here?
That video that they released before the start of the game.
Or he did it.
Yeah, no, but Arsenal were hyping themselves. The amount of videos I see on the damn talking about today's the day, today's time. We need you guys. But anyways, can you just speak, please?
All right. I'm gonna try and have a balanced sort of analysis of this game.
Yeah.
PSG should have won this game 4-0, and I'll tell you why they should have won this game 4-0. Dembele scored the first goal, and that was a goal. HH, that was a penalty. And no one could tell.
No, it wasn't. It was a dive. Don't even try.
No. Okay.
The referee should have gone back and looked at least.
He put his hand there and removed it. You can't give that as a penalty.
HH, he didn't look at the screen. My problem is he didn't go to the screen. That's what I think you should have done. So I generally think they were wrong.
I can't lie. Like, at full when you're running at full speed and you're
when
putting
you're
a
running
hand
at full
arm
speed,
around.
I don't quite know what else.
That's the only issue I had.
That's
He's
what
running
happened
at
to him. He
full
was running
speed,
at full.
bro.
He has no reason to go down.
You just
there.
stop all the momentum,
Unless he
bro. You can't just put your hand around a man.
He
like
has
that.
no reason to go down unless
Our
he's been stopped.
Mbappe had the
Going at
biggest
that
shout last
speed,
game.
It's like, what do you do?
Look,
He wasn't. Go on.
if it's given, I don't think that they reverse the decision.
Wait, Kenny, I
Exactly,
think you're on the wrong stream, bro. I think
if he's running, if he's running a full
What
speed,
are you
he has
doing
no
here as well? What's going on? You're
Hold
winning
on,
this
hold on.
together, man. Thursday football, man.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah, now watch it. What are you doing?
What's it called? KJ, continue. KJ.
I think we're scheduled for Thursday, bro.
Thursday beef.
The last two incidents.
We will be there. We will be there.
Wait, hold on. KJ.
The last two incidents, right? Barcola, right? You had a good start to the season, but you're showing yourself at the most important time.
I knew he was going to miss that 1v1.
I knew he was going to miss it. That's what I mean. Yeah, and then Gonzalo Ramos. I mean, you can say hit the post, but bro, come on. Maybe they would have called it back for offside anyway, but I don't think he was offside. So yeah, PSG, I think generally should have won. But if we're looking on the other side, AJ, Arsenal did have chances as well. But let's say the biggest two, Trossard, you could say it's 50-50 because that was pretty good save from Donnarumma. Now, Martinelli. Now, if you mix that by even a little bit, he's not getting that. So that, right, I think that's probably that's probably the best tie of. Okay, if you can put that on the level with Barcola maybe a bit less, but Ramos and Martinelli had the best chances of the night, and neither of them converted it. And they should both rule their.
Was that offside though? Like, because
no, it was onside.
It was onside. It was
onside.
This brother toe poked it, bro. This is why Portugal still employ Cristiano Ronaldo, bro.
How are you toe poking that?
He's not real.
To be fair, Lautaro did the same thing and he scored.
Who cares about Lautaro? How are you toe poking that from like 2 inches away?
Lautaro's playing against Guatemalan wheat farmers, so it's fine. Anyways, I'm
talking about against Bayern.
Oh, against Bayern. That was a good goal. AJ.
So do you think PSG should be happy with this, or is it like could have made it 2 or 3-0 just to put it to bed?
A one goal lead in football is a very dangerous thing to have.
Yes,
but I'd say I'd put more emphasis on their performance rather than the result. Okay, they played much better than Arsenal, right? Especially in that first half. Arsenal towards the end of the first half is when they picked it up, but they really weren't in the game for the first like 30-35 minutes, right? AJ. Dembele's ability to drop into midfield was confusing itself for Arsenal's players. They couldn't deal with it. That's the first thing. The second thing is the fullbacks, right? Hakimi had a very good game, but Mendes, in that first half, now he played 2 passes that he tried to play diagonally into the midfield, and they were both intercepted. I'm like, bro, this is where the naivety plays into PSG because they were doing the same thing against Villa, and Villa didn't punish them. But Mendes had 2 moments in the first half where he tried to play the ball into the midfield and it just got intercepted. Now, if Arsenal's midfielders were on it, they probably could have scored 2 goals. So that's something, that defensive sort of...
But my thing is that if you look at how everything is set up, now, the beauty of football is that we can never predict.
Of course.
But now, unless LSG show up, then Arsenal can win 5-1. If LSG shows up, Arsenal can win 5-1. Yeah. But if LSG doesn't show up, can Arsenal beat PSG by 2 clear goals?
Absolutely not. No. I don't think so. Because the thing is, I think they can
I think the best thing is 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, and let's go extra time. Yeah.
I wouldn't put it against Arsenal to score 2. I would just put it against them to not concede. Now, the trouble is, PSG, we said this against Liverpool, both legs, they missed chances. We said this against Villa. They were a bit better against Villa the second leg, but the first leg, again, missed chances, right? And then, right, but they still scored 3, so that's fine. Now, we've come to the Champions League semi-finals, right? And if you remember, this happened to them last season against Dortmund. Now, granted, they didn't go into that second leg with a win like they are this year. But again, they hit the crossbar like 5 times in that semi-final. Okay?
Yes.
Eventually, this might catch up with you, especially in the final. Now, it's the worst place for it to catch up with you, right? And at that point, they're going to look back on this Champions League run. If they lose that final and be like, if Barca does give them chances, let's be honest, with the high line, they probably will, right? And if they look back and see all these missed chances, they'll have no one to blame. So is it a good night?
Notice how I just said Barca directly.
No, because we're being serious here. We're not like
Barca will be
some people think here. Like we're being serious here. So like the fact of the matter is, they do need to get better at that, right? Now Pacho had a 50-50 game, right? He, some bozo moments, especially that. Like,
but basically,
he has a bozo gene in him. He's a good passer.
I would say Arsenal should be. The reason why Arsenal should be pissed off is that not only did you not score at home, you didn't score against what I believe is the worst defense out of these 4 teams. Like, let's look at PSG have the worst defense out of the 4 teams.
True.
The worst centre back pairing maybe, but
no. As a defensive unit in terms of those defending, not about how good they are going forward. In terms of just the defending.
Does the goalkeeper count as the defense?
The keeper is the only anomaly, but as a defensive unit, it's the worst defensive unit, not counting
if we're
the
talking
keeper.
about the back four /
It's the
back
best
three,
centre back.
it's the weakest.
It's the worst centre back pairing, but they're fullbacks.
yeah, but the best fullbacks, yeah.
They're the best fullbacks.
The fullbacks, you guys only say they're the best because of their attacking.
So
Nuno
Mendes has been like, you see what Nuno Mendes has been doing to these wingers.
Yeah, but that's Nuno Mendes.
No, wait, hold on. No, I'll agree with you that.
Respect the best fullback in the world.
Let's just accept that it's the worst defensive pairing of the 4 teams. That's a fact.
You're going to accept it, not us. Okay. What's it called?
Okay, which one of them are they better than? KG.
No, I'm saying fullbacks. They're fullbacks.
No. I said that.
The back four, the whole back
Who
four.
has the worst defensive pairing? As in terms of just pure defenders.
Put in consideration their pros and their cons.
The only outstanding defender in Inter is Bastoni. None of those other guys are outstanding. Defensively, particularly.
I'm taking Acerbi over Briquinhos.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, maybe I could see your argument regarding them being the worst. That's fair. I'd say this. Partey coming back, I think that does help Arsenal in the midfield, particularly if Rice pushes up. But then again, Rice wasn't bad today, but he also wasn't good, right? Vitinha and Neves, they were fantastic, right? Like I said,
they were amazing. Like that PSG midfield were levels. Like there was just a gulf for footballing class in that midfield.
Very much so. Vitinha was probably man of the match. Like Dembele's being injured. I mean, I hope it's not a serious thing. But yeah, AJ, for PSG, it's really more of the same next leg. I'll be honest with you. But just be more clinical. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can't keep. Like, seemingly they can keep messing up these chances and still winning.
Put it this way: PSG, this is the perfect scenario.
But we
go out and beat them at home. Forget about draw and everything. Asia said we are going to. It's basically 0-0. Go and beat them in your home ground.
Yeah,
that's the best possible thing. Just beat them. Just win the game. Have that approach. You're good. Because if they have the approach of once you're ahead, if they just have the approach, it's 0-0. Let's go out and win the game. And remember, you're at home.
Sure.
Because put it this way, the only thing that's going to happen is LSG. Because if you think about it, even in this game, there was a period where Arsenal could have got 2 or 3 goals.
Definitely. 100%. That's what I mean. AJ. This is a team, PSG, that they generally have to outscore teams to beat them in the Champions League, in my opinion, right? Because they just defensively, there's still always those questions, especially with those like Marquinhos, right? So this is why I'm saying missed chances will eventually catch up with you if you have a defense that's still questionable to an extent, right? What's it called? As far as managers, Enrique did a pretty good job, in general, but his substitutes let him down. They were the right subs to make at the time, but they did let him down. Arteta, I think, definitely should have brought one area on earlier. And Odegaard, I mean, I understand what Arsenal fans are talking about now. He's just one of those freaking. He's one of those. It looks good, but in reality, he's not doing shit. The last thing I want to say before I let someone else speak is that referee had a disaster clause, particularly in the first half. Now tell me, how Timber didn't get a booking in the first half, I don't understand. Because he hacked Kvaratskhelia at least 3 times, right? First of all, he should have gotten the penalty. And second of all, Kvaratskhelia beat him twice, 2 or 3 times within the half an hour.
No. It's Timber was fighting his hand against Kvaratskhelia for sure.
Exactly, especially that first half. Kvaratskhelia didn't do much second half, but that first half, he didn't do anything, right? So the ref did not have a great game, right? He should have at least gone to the monitor. Even if you don't give a penalty, I'm saying at least gone to the monitor for that incident, right? And then, lastly, Donnarumma, I mean, we consider him a bozo, but maybe this is the year he finally wakes up and realizes that his team's trying to win the Champions League. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe again. Let's see what happens in the second.
No. Donnarumma is the bozo gym, but you're forgetting he's a goalkeeper who's 24.
Ever since Donnarumma got hit in the head and as that score, the guy's been different. No, but it's true.
You will burn in hell when I'm through with you.
You're saying they kicked the bozo-ness out of him. That's crazy.
And maybe it's just because since he has that score, the guy's been moving different. I tell you, I'm just telling you the
truth. They put him on factory reset, man.
That's right. All right, last one I'll make. Arsenal didn't make use of their set pieces because PSG conceded some in some pretty stupid positions, and Arsenal did not take enough advantage.
Well,
apart from that goal, that was
offside. Most of our free kicks.
No, that's what I mean. Like aside from that first goal, that goal that Marino scored. Now that was close. Arsenal's, their idea wasn't bad. Where they played all their defenders at the back. Sorry, their players at the back, and then tried to beat the offside trap. It was quite interesting, and it almost worked. But aside from that, HH, and then Martinelli's and Trossard chance. Both teams, you said PSG had more chances, but both teams overall, I think, probably had 3 or 4 outstanding chances to win the game, or at least get something from the game. And neither of their attacks did pretty well because we only had 1 goal out of 7 or 8 great chances. So yeah, both teams need to look at their attacks because it wasn't good enough today, in my opinion. And that ref needs to be put on leave or something like that.
It was
Can I go?
AK.
Can I go take it?
Yeah.
So Arsenal PSG, right?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I couldn't catch the second half. But in terms of first half, I think we saw the difference between the two sides. I think the midfield
away from the mic.
The midfield of PSG really dominated the game. They kept possession well. They were able to progress the ball well. Dembele in that when the false 9 position, when he was dropping into midfield, was causing problems for Declan Rice. Went to step out, went to stay disciplined. It's a very hard job. Dembele played very well, especially that first 20 minutes. Yeah. Every time he had the ball, it was something he was threatening. So shout out to him. Kavicha again played very well against Timber. I thought. I personally thought that was a penalty because he literally put his arm out with the intention of stopping him. And Kavicha, when you're running at that speed, any sort of contact like that will bring you to the ground. So personally, I thought it was a penalty. It is what it is. It wasn't given. And then Arsenal started coming back in the latter part of that first half. I thought Martinelli, that great chance. I mean, you just need to get something on and it goes in. Just anything on it.
No, you just need to bend it. He hardly bent the shot.
Yeah. And on top of that, Trossard as well. That was a great save from Donnarumma. But overall, I mean, I think the second half, I was just getting to it whilst listening to this. I thought it was both teams had some chances, but overall, I think first of all, I want to speak on PSG. I think what we're not giving enough credit to this team is you called them the weakest defense in the Champions League out of all the semifinals, and I do agree to a certain point. I think the other 3 defenses are better. I don't think PSG's defense is bad, but I think they're just less good compared to the other 3.
Yes.
They've gone to Anfield and kept a clean sheet. They've gone to the Emirates and kept a clean sheet. So for a defense that is kind of naive, they have that youthfulness about them. They've done well in terms of staying in games, in terms of having that grit defensively, which shows that this team has grown. I mean, the likes of Nuno Mendes, attacking wise, I thought, he had some bozo moments with the balls he was trying to play out in that first half, but defensively, again, he was locking down players. Same with Hakimi. He made a couple mistakes in the game, but again, he was getting up the pitch well. He was defending. He was stopping the counterattack when he needed to. So I think in terms of that sense, they deserve credit. And I don't think the game is over because I think, LSG can turn up at any moment.
Yeah, LSG is just around the corner.
We have to, until they get to the final, that still haunts them. So they have to, go back to the Paris and, play well again. But if you're PSG, 1-0 advantage going into your ground, you have to lose by 2 clear goals. You can't ask for much more than that. much more than that. And that's for Arsenal. I think, oh my God, man. I read that before the game there was some Brexit banner that they had.
Excuse me, Brexit?
Nah, I don't know if it's true or not, but I read that there was some Brexit banner. But what is this football, man? I'm sorry.
No. I was playing at home, and you're in a semi-final. To give a performance like that, specifically in the first 30 minutes, is disgraceful.
Exactly. I mean,
in their defense, they've not been here before.
That is true.
No. But the one is that you can't pump up the crowd and hype everything and perform like that for 30 minutes. That's false advertising.
Yeah, the big issue here is
they call it Super Sunday. Of course, it's false advertising.
But the bigger issue here is let's go back to the Real Madrid home leg for a minute, because that's where they scored 3 goals. They pretty much won the tie there. HH, 2 of those 3 goals were free kicks.
Yeah.
They played. Yeah. They had 1 goal from open play, and that was after Real Madrid had completely exhausted themselves, and we know how bad defensively Real Madrid are.
And now that because of those 2 free kicks, it looks like Rice is now the designated free kick taker.
So okay,
and he's a lot. But hold up, he's a lot better than the Norwegian Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
So like, even when you played well, you were only able to create 1 goal from open play. And that's the big issue with this team. It's too pedestrian. It's too slow. Like they move the ball so slowly. They circulate the ball through sideways passes. No progressive passes. No trying to move the ball forward. Nobody's taking any risks except for Bukayo Saka. So at the end of the day, I'm looking at this team and like, the worst thing that can happen to you is you going into the second leg with a goal down. Because you have proven.
What did Saka do today?
He wasn't good. He wasn't great, but again, he's the only guy on that team who has any sort of credit in the bank.
Yeah, he was only the figures that was actually trying to do something.
Exactly.
Like,
so like, I look at this team. It's like the worst thing that can happen to you is going 1-0 down, because I can't trust you this whole season to be clinical when it matters.
PSG, I mean, they have to score early and they have to score first.
Exactly.
That's the only, like, if they don't score first, it's over.
They have to score first, and they have to hope and pray that they get a set piece and the second goal comes around some way. Because I don't trust this team to score more than 2 open play goals. And PSG will score 1. So then that goes to extra time. So then that's the biggest issue. And also, finally, this Norwegian bum, hair flick merchant, hype up the crowd merchant, bro. He was taking pictures of the crowd after Arsenal beat Liverpool, bro. This bum, man. I've never seen a number 10 not being able to, move the ball forward in transition. This guy is so slow in transition. Bro, he is an eye test merchant's dream. Like, he moves well, he's so aesthetic, but then at the end of the day, there's no end product.
Yeah,
there's nothing at the end
he
of
was
it.
Trash.
What is it?
Was garbage.
He's not creating chances. He's not creating openings. He's not, creating space like a playmaker should. Bro, this guy is this guy's a false image of a player, bro. No wonder Haaland doesn't qualify for international tournaments when this guy is the number 10 that's supplying him, bro. Oh, for fuck's sake, man.
Wait, hold on. Let me quickly say something. Shout out to Sergei Stepanov. How can you bottle a 1-goal lead? You're Gary Neville.
Bro, you can bottle a 1-goal lead. What is this?
Yeah, no, that could happen.
Bottle a lead.
It depends on how the game goes.
Yeah, it depends how the game goes. Really, it's really bottling, like, let's say a 3-0, like how Milan bottled.
Yeah.
But depending on how the game goes, but if, let's say, you're up 1-0 and you lose 2-1, you didn't bottle a 1-0 lead, or unless you're 1-0 and with 2 minutes left and then you now concede 2, then that's crazy, Shout out to Casey. HH, pray that the Us doesn't lead LSG to a CL. #total.
HH, we're coming.
Shout out to MC. Saka 4 out of 10 equals he played good. Bomb, like number 5 from Real Madrid. Man, why all this hatred for Winston Churchill?
He's a Man City fan. He's a Man City fan who likes Foden.
What was the expected limps today?
Oh,
I didn't see the stat.
Shout out to Barry.
I heard he limped as well today.
Oh, no, he did limp. Shout out to Barry. CTE Us could have gave us that back in 20. Let it go. Just Barca fans, just let it go. It's happened. It's in the past.
You've never tasted a treble. You don't know what that means.
Canadian trans from Dembele to Dembele. Not bad. Now Dembele is crazy. I'm not calling him Dembele, but that's crazy. J2S missed it. Watched Revenge. Okay. Side notes. Do you know that Ranger they said actually made a lot of money? This movie was released back in 2005, and it's made more money than films that were released this week.
Yeah.
Look, man, Star Wars, man, is crazy, man. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me quickly come to Mike, and then I'll come to you, Kenny, and then Zombies. Mike, talk to me.
The Emirates is a joke. HH was trying to hype up and say intimidating atmosphere.
You're trying to guess it up.
What sort of intimidating atmosphere is in England? Where? The only one I can think of is probably St. James's Park. That's the only intimidating. The intimidating atmosphere actually came from the PSG Ultras today. All the noise in the stadium was pretty much from the PSG Ultras.
But Mike, this is my explanation. To be fair, I think that when Dembele scored that early,
it doesn't matter.
It
doesn't. It doesn't matter. It's one goal. If it's 3-0, I understand. Screw the players. Don't give them any.
No. But what I'm saying is, I think Arsenal's arrogance. The fans are to blame. They were so disregarding of PSG. They expected that they'd go in the lead and they'll dominate. The fact that because it's a two flex, and I'll let you know how early Dembele scored and how much PSG controlled the game. The fans were more like nervous, like, oh, hang on, this is not going as how it's supposed. So they couldn't really get into it. So just a lot of person fans say, hey, we're not schooling you, but yeah, Mike.
I think you're giving an absolute cop out here, HH.
Wait, hold on, Mike.
They're not used to being here.
Well, they're not used to being here, but that's what I was thinking. It's one of the biggest games in Arsenal's history, and I heard nothing. I heard pin drops. I heard just ole ole for PSG. Anywho, we're just seeing a footballing class here between the two teams, and why the EPL is overrated and overrated more. There's no technical ballers. Look at Vitinha. Look at João Neves. This guy's 20 years old. Are you kidding me? Hey, good job, Manchester United. You paid 60 million for Ugarte. PSG took that money and got João Neves. I mean, that is one of the craziest upgrades I've seen over the summer by PSG. And I think you got to give a lot of credit to Luis Campos, the sporting director. Built Leo. I can't remember which other team he built this PSG team. He said, cool, Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, you guys can all...
Yeah. Monaco, wasn't it?
Monaco. Yeah, Monaco. The super team with Mbappe at 18-year-old. And the way he's just built this side and just the... I think the biggest upgrade, though, is Kvara. You all of you, and especially the bald-headed guy in the middle, said this guy's just a one-season wonder. Oh my God, look at Kvara, one-season wonder. He's just this guy from Georgia. Nobody knows who he is. Only one-season wonder. Okay, he had one bad season. HH, how many times have you seen Zidane had a bad season after he won the Ballon d'Or? Don't lie. He did have a bad season.
Zidane had a lot of bad seasons. He had a lot of bad seasons.
I'm not going to speak on that.
Zidane had a bunch of bad seasons.
That's for you guys to say. That's for you guys to say. Kvara, though, Kvara was the guy. And when he won the Serie A Player of the Season, HH went crazy. How can Victor Osimhen not win it?
He said racism tag. He said racism tag.
Yeah,
if Osimhen is the best player in your league, that is a Finnish league, bro.
Nah, Osimhen is still a quality player. But Kvara is a different level. Kvara just the way he was just bullying Timber, and all the shouts that Timber got, and rightfully so, because Timber I thought was phenomenal against Real Madrid and locked up Vinny. Kvara showed levels today. The way he beat those three players, I don't think it was a penalty, by the way. I think it would have kind of been soft on Arsenal, but the way he just beat those three players was phenomenal. I just think PSG are just, if they make it to that final and if they play Barcelona, that final is
what I say. So is it over or it can still happen?
Can we respect Inter? Can we respect
Inter? You know why it's not over, HH? Because at the end of the day, I see the crest and I still see PSG. I don't know what it is about this side, but it's just like 10%. It's just that bottle gene, and we saw it against Aston Villa, even when they were 5-1 up in the tie.
Yeah.
Aston Villa could have got it back to 5-5.
No. You know what? No, I'm completely like it's not. I feel that there's going to be a portion in that cycle like where is like, wait, hang on, are PSG going to bot? It's going to happen.
And remember, they were 1-0 down to Dortmund last year, and obviously they had a crazy game against Dortmund in the second leg where they hit like the post and crossbar 5 times. But PSG, they're still a young team. They have the leader, Marquinhos, who I will never trust in a big game. So PSG still have that sort of inexperience in these big moments. So they could bottle it. But if you want to talk about footballing wise, I mean, there's levels to this.
Michael, did Marquinhos punch in his Bozo ticket yet?
Not yet. He might do
it. He's saving it. He's saving it.
He's saving the ticket, Ricardo. He's saving the ticket. But Donnarumma, we might need to get an apology ready. Because that save he made on Trossard in the second half was ridiculous.
No, that was a huge save.
I can only think Courtois, Alisson, and him. Those are the only
keepers.
Robert Sanchez. Ter Stegen. Nice try. Inaki Peña, Ricardo. Inaki Peña. So I think Donnarumma deserves a lot of respect because he's come up clutch. Ever since that Harvey Elliott mistake, penalty shootout. Aston Villa away. Had to make the save on Marcos Asensio today. saving on Trossard. I think Donnarumma deserves a lot of respect.
So if you're to say this loss, blame Arteta, the fake Norwegian, or PSG were just the superior team?
Well, it's not just Erdegaard, HH. Look at Martinelli. This guy's not even Brazilian.
Hold on, Mike, let's be real.
He was Brazilian
Arsenal's,
for one day.
He was born on
No,
the
but
border.
Mike, let's be real. The worst player on that pitch was Odegaard. He was the worst player on that pitch.
Yeah, I guess you could say he was the worst player on the field, but if you've been watching Erdegaard this season, he hasn't been good, actually. He's actually been struggling a lot. Martinelli had a good game against Real Madrid, and I said, okay, cool. That's just one game hype. You did it against Lucas Vasquez and Valverde at right back. But actually, let's see Martinelli. Bro, this guy will not even pass to be a Bolivian. He wouldn't even pass to be a
Bolivia.
Peruvian.
Hold on, Mike. Let's not throw strays at Bolivia. Let's not throw.
But Bolivia has ballers, man.
Bolivia have ballers. Have you ever seen Miguel Terceros? This guy's a baller for
Can you at
Bolivia.
least say Chile? They don't laugh.
Nah, Chile. Yeah, okay, maybe he could start for Chile. But
Yeah, they have the 37-year-old starting.
There is no way this guy can be Brazilian. I really just struggle to understand how this man is Brazilian. And Martin Odegaard,
these are just the new standards of Brazil, and this is what Ancelotti has. See, how is Ancelotti going to work with guys like Nelly?
He rejected it.
Yeah.
He apparently rejected
it. He wants to go to Saudi Arabia.
Apparently, he might go to Saudi.
Yeah, just
that oil money is
that oil money, man. It's a different breed.
Man, Brazil.
No income tax? Are you crazy? I'm letting a camel shit on my chest for that type of money.
I mean, if you offer him,
Okay, so hold on. So,
like I said, I don't want to get 7 piece to let the ballers ball.
Wait. Okay, so this is from 28 minutes ago. So the stats: Real Madrid are currently blocking Ancelotti's move to the national team. The verbal agreement has been done for 2 days. Brazil expected Carlo to sign, but Real were still not informed directly. Real do not want to pay any exit fee for Ancelotti's salary.
It's because they want to keep him for the Club World Cup because they're not going to get Xabi Alonso.
I mean, honestly, who cares?
What's Club World Cup? Real don't know. Winning the Club World Cup will not
to be fair, there's a lot of money in that.
There's a lot of prize money.
There's a lot of money.
Wait, hold on. How much is it?
I think over 150 mil if you win.
100 something
mil.
Bro, Nico Jackson, let's cook. Kojak, let's cook. Kojak.
What if Inter Miami win that, man?
Man, come on, get
Who's
it.
going to any of those games? Anyone?
Okay, so Mike, so like, how do Arsenal?
It's spread across a few states.
Wait, hold on. Okay, how do Arsenal approach the second leg then?
You know what they do, HH? I've never seen such a shameless team celebrate set pieces like this. Honestly, this is getting ridiculous.
No. Here's the thing. I've never seen a team whenever there's a set piece, the camera pans to the set piece coach.
I'm tired of this guy. I'm tired of him.
I'm so pissed off. I'm tired of the guy's face, man. Also, the guy thinks he's a main character. The guy actually thinks he's like a guy.
Did you say at one point even Arteta to tell him, "Yo, go sit back down. What are you doing out here?"
Bro, this guy.
Yeah, don't you remember that?
What is that? Mike.
They've scored the more set pieces.
Sorry, Mike.
I have never in my lifetime known a set piece coach.
Never.
Have you?
Never.
I've never, like almost 30 years on this world, and I've never heard of a set piece coach. Even when I played football, we didn't have a set piece coach. Who the fuck has that? You just take the corner, or you have your best free kick taker take the free kick. That's it. Oh no, you have to put it to the back post towards Kiviork, so then he can back post it towards Saliba. Like, what sort of nonsense is this? Give the free kick to Declan Rice and tell him to shoot it. That's what they did against Real Madrid, and look what happened. 2 goals there. I think it's just a joke. And how do Arsenal approach it away to Paris? Get set pieces, because they know they can't outplay PSG. They're gonna have to actually just out set piece them. Would this be the first time I've ever seen a Champions League team and they just win by set pieces? HH, this might be the first time ever.
That would be a disgrace to the competition.
Not even Chelsea 2012 did that. They actually, Ramirez scored a wonderful goal. Drogba, the final when he scored from the corner. That's about it. I have never seen a team try and. I think we did it. Guess what? I don't know the guy's name, and I don't want to know the fucking guy's name. I don't want to know the Arsenal set piece coach's name either, because I think it's just a downgrade on football that you have to pan over. If you're a player, by the way, you pan over and you have to listen to a set piece coach tell you.
And also, I remember
The guy has a mural, yeah.
Tell me there's no mural.
Yeah, there is.
Yes, there is. Yes. He has a mural. Yes.
Let me share my screen.
All right, hold up.
They scored the most set piece goals in Europe this year. He should be a main character, no? Let's go.
Wait, how does he have a moral? How does a set piece coach have a moral? That's what was confusing me, bro. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me take some quick Dubinsky's, man.
Steph Curry of football, man. He's revolutionary.
Okay, shout out to what else you? KJ.
Dembele.
Hold on.
Bro, that sounds a banger. I don't know what you said.
Okay. So shout out to Why Not You? Treble or CL three-peat? For me, it's a three-peat.
This is Real Madrid fans trying to keep themselves relevant.
Yeah, no. Okay, no. Come on, this. I'm not accepting this coping. No. Nah. Hold up. This is. No, we're not doing
this. This is no man's burner, man.
Can you zoom into my AVI quickly?
Like, no. After you're not now going to now discredit Ace Treble because of the kind of season that you've been having, bro. That's not happening, bro. What?
Yeah, why does that look like Fabregas?
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks like Fabregas.
Wait, shout out to Jason. PSG versus Barca will be the duel of the fates. # high ground. Look, we are not getting a PSG Barca. I can sense it. We're not getting a PSG Barca. Blaze, HH Basmati was second in Wait, is Basmati still second in the Ballon d'Or rankings?
No, man.
He's not Basmati after today, man. Come on, this is plain.
Yeah.
This is plain.
Oh no, this is no stew.
This is plain
white rice.
Yeah, this is plain. Yeah, plain rice.
PSG going through, bro.
They're collecting the Infinity
Bro,
Stones.
they're contrasting the Churchill Infinity Stones, bro. Like Napoleon is reinvading England, man.
No, but HH, sorry, HH. Some YouTuber said, "Oh, they wouldn't even make it in the top 4 in the EPL."
Top 4. Man, this
bro. Wait, what?
Wait, hold on.
Someone said it in it, not me in it, but I agree with that person as well in it. But I didn't. I was not the one that.
For Nigel Farage supporters, man. For Brexit UKIP supporters.
Shout out to Jose Correa. Madrid broke convo when. Also, Olmo or Fermin tomorrow. Are they both fit? But if they're both fit, of course you go for the Spanish Elmo. Shout out to Buenos You. Not a Madrid fan, for real. HH. Answer the question. Okay, no, and the question is. Three-peats. UCL three-peats. Because some
one is over 3 seasons, the other is over a season. They're different achievements.
No. If you had to choose one, a treble or three-peats.
Yeah, 5p, man.
Oh, 5p. All right, now.
Real Madrid fans do count those titles.
Wait. Okay, Kenny, I'll come to you for this. So Kenny, I want you to just switch things a little bit, but you can still link it. Kenny. Is this the season of the Oos?
It's just you see my IVR, man. You see what's going on. We know what's going on. It is. And he was actually on bad form. He hadn't scored in quite some time. He hadn't scored
like in ages. Yeah.
Yeah, he had not scored in quite some time.
Look, I'm saying like, bro, winning goal in the UCL semi.
Nah. But last game against Nice, where they actually lost the invincibility. Honestly, they lost the game, but. If you watch that game, the amount of chances these guys missed was crazy. They were not on form, but actually today showed up. That was a very good finish with the left foot. I was gonna say the weak football, right foot, left foot. But no, that was a great finish. And yeah, man, as of now, the push is still on. Like I said, PSG are the most likely to win a treble, and if they win that damn treble, like I said, the guy has been performing in the UCL. He scored both goals against Liverpool. He assisted 2 goals against Aston Villa. Scored the winner right now at Arsenal. He scored away. He scored away at Liverpool and away at Arsenal as well. So right now the guy is showing up in the moments, and this is about moments. And I think he's the top.
So would you say he's been PSG's best player, or do you need to give some love to Doué, Kikiewicz, Vitinha, and Deman, or is he PSG's best player?
Doué, like he's been great the last 2-3 months, but y'all act like he's been doing since August.
Yeah, no, Doué has not been. He's a very good player, but Doué he just started. He just started actually playing regular minutes like for the past like 3 months. So Dembele, I still think that I don't think they have a best player per se. I feel like he's a lot of a team game.
But really, he is the inspirational figure of the team.
He's the goal scorer. So I think he's the main goal scorer. So he's going to get the headline. He's going to get the goal.
Dembele being an inspirational.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't know about being an inspiration, but he's the goal scorer. So obviously he's going to get a lot of the headlines. But it's a team game. Like on today, if you look on today's game, the first 30 minutes they absolutely dominated. Honestly, after the first 10 minutes, I was like, I don't know if they can keep up that for the whole game, but I feel like like you said, they really silenced the crowd.
Yes.
Like they silenced the crowd the first 10 minutes.
No, because let's be real, Kenny. I think that again, this just shows you the delusion of like Arsenal fans and just how they disrespect anything outside of Churchill's Island.
Yeah.
I think that they were so shell shocked by the early goal and how dominant PSG were, they didn't know how to react. So they were like, wait, hang on, how are we losing? How are we getting outplayed? And they didn't know how to actually create an atmosphere. So they kept having to be G'd up because they were like, I think they got shell shocked.
Yeah, and I think these PSG ultra, I've been watching them. They've gone to Aston Villa, to Liverpool, to Arsenal. These guys are making noise. Like these PSG fans are crazy. And trust me,
those ultras are wild.
They're wild. And
also Kenny.
No.
They're
traveling.
Yeah.
And
also here's the thing, not just in the crowd. You know, whenever you have ultras, you know the
speaker,
like the lead guys.
Speaker, yeah. No, these guys are serious. Like they travel everywhere, and that return leg is going to be crazy. But if after the first 10 minutes where they dominated, I feel like it was more of an open game.
Yes,
and I feel like both teams had chances, but none of them were clinical. And that's where on the Arsenal thing against Real Madrid. I actually think that they created more clear-cut chances today, but I just think that they didn't score. Like, I don't think like they had as much. If you look at Martinelli at the 1v1, Trossard, even the chance where Saka crossed and Martinelli missed it. I don't think like against Real Madrid, I feel like they were clinical, but I feel like today they had probably better clear-cut chances, but they just missed. I feel that's when now you can start criticizing like the forwards like a Martinelli and maybe a Trossard as well. That's where now you're going to say, did you need a striker? Do you need better players up front? But like, if like they created opportunity, like they should have scored today. Arsenal should have scored today. And yeah, I just thought they missed the opportunity. PSG could have killed the game as well then with Barcode and Ramos. But I'm like, Ramos, you have all that time and what you decided to do is a toe poke. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on.
Is it over or you think Arsenal can do something in Paris?
It's not over because it's only a 1-0 lead, and Paris will give you opportunity. Like they'll give you opportunity. It's about, are you going to be clinical? Like that's the thing. Do you trust Arsenal's forward to be clinical? But Paris, they're gonna they're not gonna sit back and defend like lead. That's not how they play. So they're gonna go forward. They're probably gonna dominate even more at home. So Arsenal are gonna have opportunities on the counter. I think PSG will score, but I don't know if for me set pieces. Like I told you at during the afternoon space. Today, Arsenal had a few set pieces, and you can see that they will be dangerous in set pieces. So I do think that if Arsenal can capitalize on the set pieces in the return leg, they have a chance. But by that, I don't see them winning. I can see a draw maybe, but not winning.
Hold on. Before I come to Zombies and then Ricardo. So wait, Mike, you wanted to say something.
Oh no, I wanted to say that expressions was with the PSG Ultras today. I don't know if you saw that.
What? Oh, shamelessness.
Look, zoom into my ABI. Look at this guy.
Wow, that's crazy. I respect that hatred. No, I respect the hate. I respect
Can I just make one quick point?
Also, with the kids as well, I respect that.
Can I just make one quick point about
Okay, KJ, what's the point?
You see how we're laughing at him being like an inspiration, right? That was a joke, right? HH, if you think about it, a lot of these young players actually grew up watching Dembele. Like, if you think about it, he's been playing football for 10 years, and most of these guys were like 14.
So you're telling me do it? So you're telling me do it? So you're telling me do it? Learning on the
Respectfully, kids are not.
Hold up, KJ. Just say this to yourself. So you're saying that Dwayne looks up to this Dembele.
I mean, do it was I ran as well. They are from the same.
No. KJ, just say so. So do you believe that
it makes sense to you that people look up to Ousmane Dembele.
Yes, HH. Do you hear my point? Some of these guys, he's been playing for like 10 years now, right? Since he was 18. And most of these guys are really young. They grew up on Dembele, whether you want to accept it or not.
I wouldn't be surprised if do it maybe. They come from
the same club. Motherfuckers grew up watching Luis Diaz. Nobody's trying to be Luis Diaz.
But Luis Diaz has been around 3 years. We're not talking about bums like Luis Diaz. We're talking about serious players that play for big clubs, okay? Whether you like it or not, he did.
Dembele's only been serious for the last 2 years.
You mean that same Luis Diaz that's been dunking on your club for the last few years? Don't do that.
Ricardo, yes or no? Ricardo, yes or no? Aren't you one of the biggest teams in the world, right? And when he was 20 years old,
and what did people see? And what did people see? What did people see?
I'm asking, when he was 19, did you pay 120 million for him? Whether you want to accept it or not.
Well, I didn't. Bartonomics did.
No, and that's close to you as well, Ricardo. You are part of Bartonomics.
Exactly. So be serious right now. Whether you want to accept reality.
Yeah, and then what happened? He got injured like 5 games into the moment he signed to Barcelona, and it went downhill from there up until the last season with
KJ. But the key point is, before this season he's having, has Dembele had any real proper impact throughout his career that people should look forward to? And arguments can be made that what he did at Dortmund was better than anything he did at Barcelona due to injury tax.
That's fair. He was a top.
No.
That's
what I said.
So my thing is that what does that really look up towards in terms of what he's done in his career?
He was the top assist creator for PSG last season. Stop acting like this guy just all of a sudden came out of nowhere. Goal scoring, yeah, he's gone to a different level this year. But he was their top creator last year, whether you want to accept it or not. So,
to be fair, it isn't helping.
Ricardo and then Mike. Ricardo is
to be fair, look, I'll be objective about it. It doesn't help that he's playing for PSG because the kids these days are not going out of their way to watch the fucking French league. Let's be honest. Unless you live in France, okay, so that they're not really watching Dembele like that unless it's Champions League nights, and that's under the premise that PSG actually go further into the Champions League because there's less games to watch, so more people are gonna watch them. See, let's be honest, if there's if we're in the group stage, you think kids are gonna go out of the way to watch fucking PSG? Like, no, they're gonna watch their favorite team, then they're probably gonna go watch Real Madrid, then maybe Lamine Yamal, who's the next freaking wonder kid, they're gonna go out of the way to watch them. And trust me, given my line of profession, kids don't talk about fucking Dembele. Let's be honest. But yeah, sorry, that was just regarding that.
I just wanted to ask KJ, what's Dembele's best game of his career?
Best game of his career?
Yeah, because he's such an inspiration and he's inspired so many people. What's his best game of his career?
No. I'm trying to apply context here. At 28, he's one of the older players in the squad. Yes or no? Right? I'm saying simply, if you look at it.
Wait, KJ. Kids these days also grew up watching Nacho Manuel. Does that mean he's an inspiration?
No. Be serious here, right? If we're talking about high-profile players, high-profile youngsters. At 18, 19, Dembele is one of the most high-profile youngsters in the world. Why?
Yes, KJ. Hold on, KJ.
What did he do when he went to Barcelona?
No, KJ. Wasn't it acceptable to think at a period, especially at Barcelona, that Dembele was looked as a failed wonder kid because of the constant injuries?
Oh yeah, that's fair as well.
Okay, so people checked out of it.
Ricardo, remember the World Cup final performance?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Remember what HH was saying after that World Cup final?
Yeah,
it's not being revision. People really gave up on Dembele.
KJ, what I don't understand is, I can't understand the concept of anybody looking at Dembele as a inspirational figure when what the hell has he done in his career thus far?
HH, this is very serious. This is very simple, right? If you look at teams that have young squads, right? The older players in the squad, right? If they've achieved something or played for big teams, the players look up to them. It's very simple. You can't say simply because he didn't do as well at Barcelona, the kids at PSG, where he's their top scorer this season, don't look up to him. Do
you mean kids at the club or kids worldwide?
I was talking about kids within PSG.
That's what he's talking about within PSG. I don't think he's talking worldwide.
I'm not talking about worldwide.
Desiree Doué doesn't even glaze fucking Dembele. You guys talks about Neymar like half the time.
No, I'm saying no one said Neymar isn't more inspirational. I'm talking about within this team and leaders. Understand English and stop trying to just run your mouth off.
Okay. Wait. Oh, look, KJ, you said a very key word.
Man, this guy's
are you saying that Ousmane Dembele is a leader?
What is if he's not?
KJ, I asked you a question. Is Ousmane Dembele a leader for this team?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Yes, this team, yes, he is.
He is one of the older players on the team.
He is. No, he's not.
Let's keep it real. He is older now.
No, for this, no, he is. No, really, he really is.
You guys have comprehension.
Kenny,
he is.
Kenny, just tell me if you don't. Have you? No. Stop talking if you don't.
No, Kenny. My thing is that, funny thing is, leader, I'm sorry. I am not following the leadership of Ousmane Dembele.
And you're not
The
playing for PSG.
left foot, right
What
foot
makes
is there.
sense?
But no,
What makes
basically,
sense?
KJ, the key thing to this PSG thing is that they're a team.
Wait, I don't understand.
There are no
the point.
leaders.
What is the point here?
It's just not that. No, but if you look at interviews and not like, he even speak about it, like, no, he's one of the leaders there. Yes, he is 100%. But
because there's not many older players there.
Yeah,
It's
no,
only
of
him and
course, yes.
Marquinhos.
But that's not
Okay,
the point.
yes.
But he still had to assume a role. And obviously, if you look compared to last season, I don't think that he had that much of a role because obviously Mbappe was there. If you look at this season, he's clearly grown in his role and he's performing better. So yeah, he definitely is a leader.
Wait, hold up.
What's the question here, bro?
No. My key thing here is this game went well. Cool.
Bro, this whole season's gone well. What are you talking about?
No. But no. There's a second leg to come.
You keep saying that, man.
Hold up. There's a second leg to come. And if LSG opens up like a phoenix, is Dembele going to take the reins and say, you know what?
I'm so sorry, Chicha. I can't believe I'm sticking up for my rival team like this. So based on that logic, Mo Salah's season doesn't mean anything because PSG beat Liverpool. If Rafinha loses to Inter in the semi-final, his season doesn't mean anything. That's the same logic you're using.
Wait. We're talking about leadership here. What are you talking about? So let's just get into plan. My thing here, guys, we can't talk over everybody because nobody's going to hear. So let's put one talk, then we'll talk. The issue here is leadership.
Yes.
Nobody is going to go against what this guy's done so far, his talents, his performances, and his outputs.
Yes.
But because I told you, the three key things: talent, character, personality.
Yeah.
Character is when you are under difficult circumstances, who is going to rise up and react in those circumstances? PSG have not really been in that situation per se. Maybe you could argue maybe the playoffs. So my thing though is, if in the second leg, they're in a position where LSG is now saying what's up and they're now in a difficult position, is Dembele going to rise up and now react? That's what I want to see.
They've been in that. Yeah, they've been in that situation, HH. Like that
Wait, hold on, guys. What is time? Kenny, Kenny.
It is the fact that if you look at the beginning of the season, they were struggling. Like that Man City game where they came back, like that helped them qualify. Like they were down, like they were losing like 2-0 at halftime. They were getting beat. He came on the pitch and changed the game. Since that game, the guy has been performing ever since. And like I said, since Mbappe left, the guy has been the leader in attack. That he died. Like you can even look at his interview. He said himself, other guys are saying it. It's not as if like we're just saying it out of thin air. Like if you look at French TV, they say it. And even the guy himself said it, that he's taking a leadership role. Like, it's not crazy. And it's normal. The guy's 28. He's one of the most experienced players there. So I don't know why he's like a surprise or whatever. He's a leader.
All I'm saying though, in that second leg, let's see what
we're not saying is a good. Yeah, we don't know how he leads.
You said that after Liverpool. You said that after Villa, and you're saying it again.
And I will say it again and again until he lifts up that UCL trophy.
Oh my days! So anybody who hasn't lifted up a UCL trophy is not a leader.
No. Wait, hold on. When guy balls against the Gunners.
Zombies.
So Mbappe is not a leader. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so what we're talking about is Dembele
the Oos.
Oh. I'll say this. He's somewhat old enough to be a leader, but at PSG, but it's like, do you really look at it that way? Because I don't. Because there's other people on the team that can be a leader. Like,
okay, so who? Name one aside from Marquinhos.
It's Zombies. Sorry, hold on. Zombies, that's where I this issue here. That's why I disagree, because Zombies, the leader per se should be Marquinhos, but he lives in Class A in Siberia or the Brick Academy. So outside of Marquinhos, there aren't any other senior figures. Everybody is actually pretty young. So if you now exert Marquinhos because he's a bomb,
the de facto leader has to be Dembele. Because everyone else is either too young or too inexperienced.
You can even argue Donnarumma, because Donnarumma has been playing top
that's
level
okay.
football for like 6
Hakimi is the captain of his country.
Honestly, though,
Ricardo,
okay.
Ricardo, a guy that looks like Two-Face evidence from Gotham City.
No, but my point is
Zombies.
my point is that your leadership isn't necessarily just how old you are. Sometimes it's seniority in the club. Not only that,
Exactly.
but it's also like your experience as well. Donnarumma is a bit of an exception to that because the guy has been a starting goalkeeper in top flight football since he was like 16, no, or something like 15, 16. So the guy's like 20. How old is
I agree.
Like,
I think
it's 24, 25.
Is
yeah,
Hakimi
bro,
the captain of his country? Yes or no?
having 9 to 10 years.
No, Hakimi is a good shot. Hakimi is a good.
Having 9 to 10 years of experience at the age of 24 is pretty absurd. So you can't say that guy isn't a leader in its sense. And typically speaking, as a goalkeeper, you have to be kind of commanding personality. So,
hold on. Before I go to Zombies, like people say, coach can't be your leader. You have to have a leader on the pitch. No, like you have to on that pitch. There has to be a inspirational force that during times of desperation that you look to.
Well, I'm asking, don't PSG players look up to
Dembele? Wait.
So
hold on. Zombies talking. I'll come to you. I say zombies.
Yeah. So look, I agree with what Ricardo said. Like Donnarumma, he's someone that you would look as like to a leader because look, he been in this game for like a while now. So that to me, he's a leader. And look, when you count Donnarumma out, Dembele, he wouldn't really be the type to be a leader. Like, look, granted, he's old enough, but at the same time, to be a leader, you have to be someone who's like reliable to get the team to be good at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And look,
absolute rubbish.
Going back to the years of Dembele actually, playing. Look, he's done good at Dortmund, but when you look at it for Barca, he wasn't really that guy. And look, injury-wise, the dude
he showed glimpses. He showed glimpses.
Now look, I'm not gonna take away from him because he did show glimpses. But if you really think about it, dude's been injury-prone most of his time in Barcelona. Now, when he went to PSG, all that kind of changed a little bit, especially when he played, under Enrique, and that he has gotten better. So, but other than that, I don't know, man.
I feel like you guys are stuck. I feel like you guys are stuck on the Dembele Barca. Like this is not the same player.
No, Kenny. Look. Granted, what he's been doing so far has been amazing, but just like Cody wrote, let's see how the story ends.
Bro,
let's see how the story ends.
Speak on the guy now, not his past or his future, because we have a bunch of other players, and you don't want me to do.
Wait, hold on. Did you hear what I said?
Who are those bunch of other players, by the way?
Hold on. I'll say this though.
Yeah.
Oh, Rafinha.
Look, I'll say this though. This year, now, dude has changed. Dude has like changed to the point where it's like, look, if he does this treble, there's gonna have to be a conversation. There's gonna have to be a conversation of like, is he now that player that we all can take seriously now?
Because the talent was always there. It was always about, like, basically what he's doing right now. Oh, I knew he always had this in him. And from get-go, I said that based on just pure talents, I think this guy's talented, more talented than Mbappe. Just that Mbappe is actually showing it's much more effective. But what Dembele can achieve if he is actually effective with his raw talent, bro, this guy can be one of the best players in the world. One of the best players in the world in terms of his passing, his goal scoring, ability to play on the left, on the right, and just what he's able to do as an attacking weapon. But just injuries have stopped him and everything. But if this guy really continues to maintain this performance and sets us up in the semi and a potential final, this could be his legacy defining season. And the thing is that he's never had an amazing season. Like the last season he had that was amazing was Dortmund days, way back when, But that came without any trophies. So if let's say you're the face of a treble-winning team, specifically Champions League, the Dembele discussion is completely different, and that's where things get scary for your boy Mbappe. All right, hold on. Let me come to your boy Ricardo.
All right, so is it pertaining to the?
So basically, combined the two thoughts on Dembele and just the game as well.
I thought the game first half the referee was fucking atrocious.
That's right.
Okay, I'll come back to you, Zombi. So Ricardo, go for Ricardo. I'll come back to you, Zombi. That's all, Ricardo.
No, yeah, watching that game, I thought PSG were the better team. I mean, over the course of 90 minutes, I thought the first 30 minutes they were like exceptional. Really, like Arsenal were not comfortable in that game at all. I think Arsenal, man, they got fucking sucker punched in the first opening 5 minutes, and they just didn't know how to react. Like PSG's goal actually had a lot of more psychological effect on the team, just because when they scored that first goal, like the stadium just died immediately.
It's destroyed the whole mood.
Yeah,
it destroyed the whole mood.
And I personally, I think somebody said it. Julian Timber, he should have got booked. Like I had like.
Okay, so for you that was a penalty.
For me, it was a penalty because by the letter of the law, bro, like it doesn't matter where it is on the pitch. That's clear obstruction. So you don't have to even tackle the guy. It's just clear obstruction. Julian Timber wraps his arm around the guy's waist. He doesn't even let go. By the way, like I don't know why you guys thought he let go. He actually didn't let go. He beats 3 players. He gets clearly obstructed. It doesn't matter whether he falls or not. There's no reason why this guy should be fucking spearing him as he goes by him. That's a penalty in my books. But at the same time, I do think that PSG did get away with the fact that that sequence of play where Saka won the ball off Nuno Mendes, that was not a foul at all. And Saka's literally like almost one-on-one or has like a defender against the goalkeeper. Now, granted, Donnarumma was on crack today, so God knows if Saka even scores. When I'm looking at the chances, I actually thought there wasn't a lot of chances in this game. There's a lot of more midfield battle and whatnot.
But then you look at those 2 Nelly Furtado chances, bro.
Yeah, no. I was gonna speak because I didn't say there was no chances. I think there was some chances, a very low amount of chances. I thought the only 2 good chances that Arsenal have were literally the 2 great saves that Donnarumma made, and to me, Donnarumma was the difference in that result. Just because that save against Trossard was like that fingertip save. That was the difference right there. I think Martinelli should have probably done better, but it's still nonetheless a good save. That set piece routine they do. I hate to say this. I've even before Arsenal done this, I've always thought that set pieces were underutilized. Because let's be honest, like there's not really many great free kick takers in the world. Yeah. So the whole point of Arsenal doing this is to maximize their chance when these opportunities come. And I actually think you can hate it now, but I think a lot of teams will be looking into what Arsenal are doing in the long run. Because if you have no good set piece takers, then what the hell is the point of even taking the set piece to begin with? You want to maximize your chance. You're going to come up with something unique. And especially in this early era of like football regarding the changes to set pieces, a lot of teams are not going to know how to defend this. So in a sense, Arsenal actually are capitalizing on a new concept of attacking. And there was like a stretch, I think it was like midway through the season, where Arsenal, they were just winning on pure set pieces. This is the way of scoring. This is how Saka was getting his numbers. So look, there's going to be a change to that. So laugh at it now, but your team is going to do it in 10 years from now. It's going to be very different. But anyways, I thought when you look at the chances, I think the Gonzalo Ramos one was offside. I'm not sure about the Barcola one, but I think that. But regardless, he hit
no. Basically, so the Barcode one was offside. The Ramos one was onside.
Okay, the Gonzalo Ramos one, that one was tight. But I guess if the Barcola one was off, then it was off. It doesn't really count. Do I think Arsenal have a chance in Paris?
LSG, the elements of LSG is still there.
It's not even LSG. Look, I'll be honest. I don't believe in LSG because I have a lot of faith in Luis Enrique. And to be honest, last season the reason why they lost to Dortmund, other than hitting the post, is also because Mbappe decided to underperform. But some people don't want to admit to that. This is the thing. I always believed that Thomas Partey was going to be a big miss, just because in football, when you have a very technical team like PSG and even Barcelona, I'd say, if you play very physical against them, you can get a result out of them, because the kryptonite to technical players is pushing them out of the rhythm. When they have no rhythm towards that game, it's hard for them to sometimes find the balance, because sometimes they play off flow state and rhythm, and that's how they dominate. And I think after 30 minutes, obviously, granted, PSG, I don't think they're capable of pressing to that capacity. Now, granted, I don't think any team in the world can press over the course of 90 minutes or even 60 minutes the way they were doing over 30. Now, PSG were doing a great job in creating space. Like, I think that's their main thing. Like, they're exceptional at that. But I do think there is an avenue where Arsenal can win in Paris with Thomas Partey. I honestly think if PSG score first, the tie is done.
Yeah, it's done. It's finished. It's finished.
Arsenal
have to score first.
If Arsenal score first, I think you have a game in your hand. Because
although I know different team, different circumstances and everything, so it's crazy. But the nightmare in Paris with United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, didn't PSG score? The United scored three times.
No.
Lukaku scored first.
Lukaku scored.
United scored first.
Then PSG scored, and then Buffon gave the ball away.
Oh, okay.
Look, now regarding Dembele, so y'all know already how I feel about it. I'll always
let it go, Ricardo.
No, I can't let it go.
Be objective for once.
Okay, for once it's crazy because
Barca fans can't let it go, man.
No. Okay, first of all,
I'm letting it go.
A lot of you people don't actually understand how much Barcelona was riding for this guy, even though this guy was cooking us year in, year out. But we're supposed to forgive him after he backstabbed Xavi. Now, granted, his own great season at Barcelona was actually his last season at Barcelona. I think some people forget about that.
It actually was.
His last Dembele under Xavi was actually really good. So when we got a glimpse of that, and they had like the contract year, that's what pissed us off. It was like, we're finally doing well for us. You finally got a manager that's getting the best out of you. And then whatever. At the end of the day, there was a release clause. I blame more so Barcelona for that happening. They put a low release clause. He took advantage of it. It is what it is. Regarding Dembele, I'll say it again. Like, he's having a phenomenal season, at least for his standard, because, he hasn't had many high standard seasons. And I think, funny enough, when you actually look at his age, I think he's like 27, 28 or something like that. He's kind of peaking at the correct age. So
yes,
in a sense, it's not surprising.
This is his peak years.
Yes, but in a sense, it is surprising because how we viewed him just rewind 3 to 4 years ago. Like, he was a failed talent that couldn't get over the injury bug, essentially. And that was a fair assessment of him at the time. A lot of people kept saying, like, even though Barcelona had this blind faith on him, more so Barcelona fans, looks like, no, if he can just stay fit, he's going to be great. It was the same thing with Pedri. This is kind of like a delusional belief Barcelona fans have on their players. It was the same thing with Pedri. Pedri kept getting injured week in, week out. There was conversations about people like, okay, look, Pedri's going to be an injury-prone player for the rest of his life. It is what it is. But we always said, nah, if he's just fit, you're going to see why he's the best player in the one of the best players, the best midfielder in the world. And Barcelona fans were right about Pedri. So obviously we had that same feelings towards Dembele, although Dembele was a bit more frustrating just because of some of the performances and how he would be great for a month or two and then he would fuck off for the rest of the season. And then he would make bozo decisions and then on the most pivotal moments. But I guess that's the duality of Dembele. And then obviously given his age, he's 20. I mean, he's probably making better decisions on and off the pitch, which is all comes a part of the talent process. Now, I'm gonna still stand by what I said earlier, and you guys call me a brick for it. Unless this guy goes berserk in the final, regardless of who it is, I don't think the PSG juice is gonna get him the Ballon d'Or. Like, I'll be dead ass with you, and I'm not even coming from a hater percent. You guys are just equating it. Treble equals Ballon d'Or.
That's a fair statement.
Because
I agree.
that was my whole statement. Like, don't be surprised if PSG win the treble, for example, right?
And then they give it to Salah,
and they still give it to Salah. Don't be surprised, because at the end of the day, like I have said it before, yes, this is a French award, but this is a French award that's not exclusive. I mean, what's it called? It's not like on its own anymore. It's combined with UEFA now. I don't know why people have this belief that like it's just a bunch of French journalists. No, these are worldwide journalists that I hate to say that majority of them don't really watch football, and I don't think a lot of people are gonna have Ousmane Dembele on the top of their head, no matter how much you try to force it. I don't like. I'm not even saying it from a hater point of view. I just think if they do win the treble, I don't think it's a clear cut situation that Dembele is going to win because
so now outside of Rodri, when was the last time the Ballon d'Or winner wasn't a member of the Champions League winning team? If we also discounts if that summer had an international tournament.
Okay. But here's my thing. If you look at the players that have won, right?
Haaland should have won Messi.
You have what's it called? Messi, Ronaldo, which obviously are international superstars. Modric, he plays on Real Madrid, and he was already viewed as one of the best players for like 5+ years. So he is an established household name. Holland, let's be honest, he's a superstar as well. Like he's not some random guy. He's one of the main faces of the sport. For a long time, Dembele what should have been in that conversation with your Mbappe, with your Holland, because he is of that age group. He kind of fell off in terms of the popularity. So it's not only people now that are be like, yo, Dembele's actually coming to light. When Mbappe has been that guy in the forefront of the front pages for the past pretty much his entire career. Same with Holland. So that's that's literally like, for example, hold on. Let's just say
that's a fair point. I think
let's just say Barcelona were to win the treble, right? A lot of people keep saying Rafinha's gonna win, and some of you will always say he does deserve it. Some people will say maybe Pedri. I'm telling you right now, do not be surprised just based on the PR component of this award that Lamine Yamal is the one that win, regardless if he deserves it or not, because he's
PR sucks.
Yeah. So look, some of you called me crazy earlier for saying that, but now you guys are understanding.
No, I don't understand. You're still hating. You're still hating. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Ricardo, I wouldn't be shocked by that because I wouldn't be.
No. But okay.
It's the France football element.
Okay, so you're okay. So wait, hold up. If Dembele is hold up. If PSG win the Champions League and Dembele is named man of the match, then it's close deal.
No, but
I think to be honest, like
wait, hold on, Ricardo.
To be honest, I don't think so. Like, I don't think so.
That's crazy.
Ricardo,
I think he'll have a strong like. I think his name will be in the mix, but I don't think it's gonna be a dead giveaway. Like,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
No, but think about it.
Ricardo, I was with you. Ricardo, I was with you in the sense of, let's say PSG win it, and let's say someone else is like man of the match. Let's say Vitinha is man of the match, and someone else scores, and then he doesn't score. Then I can say a case where but if they win it, he either scores the final or he's named man of the match, and there's an image of him holding the man of the match award of a Champions League win that sums up a treble, and he doesn't get the Ballon d'Or. That's crazy.
It's not crazy because there's two other things you're missing out, and I say this more so because Dembele himself, he doesn't have the star power, and PSG don't have the star power as a club, despite the fact that they're in France. We still have the Nations League, which, if you look at really all the contenders for the Ballon d'Or, only one of them is not European, which is Rafinha, because Pedri and Lamine Yamal are going to be there, and then obviously Dembele with France, and then there's the Club World Cup. Now, if France win the Club World Cup, which I don't think is going to happen, by the way, France win the Nations League, sorry, and if maybe PSG win the Club World Cup, then okay, then it's like, to me it would be undeniable.
They're not in the club. They're not in the club.
No, they're not there. Oh no, they are.
I thought it was Man City, Real Madrid, RB Salzburg, Dortmund, and Chelsea.
Half the tournament is like fucking European teams.
Okay, they're playing against Atletico in California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so and to be fair, they have.
If that's true, then the France as a country, you got to throw it away. If you're telling me the capital of the
you're missing the point. No, you're missing the point. France football by themselves doesn't do this award anymore. It's done with UEFA, and the people that vote on this award, they're not just French. They're not French.
Do you know who Nasser Khelaïfi is? You know
that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. That does not matter.
He doesn't have influence like that, bro.
It doesn't matter. Bro, you're literally getting journalists from like Pakistan voting for this award.
No, Ricardo, I get like the Dembele part in terms of like in terms of the PR part. I understand where you're coming from, but like they also do look at GA, and if you look at GA, he is only Rafinha and Salah have more than him this season. So surely, like, if he wins the treble, that has to play a part, because he's not just a guy who got like 15 goals on route to winning a treble. He has 45 GA.
I'm not saying if he wins, he like doesn't deserve it. He would absolutely deserve it.
But Ricardo, I think I understand what you're saying, but I think, bro, politics is gonna come into this. You're telling me the Qatar, Nasser Khelaïfi, PSG, you think they're not gonna have any influence about if to have the Ballon d'Or winner at their football club? Come on, guys. Like,
No,
money talks,
also, the key thing, what we're missing here is we've never seen this play out. So we've never had a situation where PSG have won the Champions League and to see how much they can flex. So we're actually talking about something that hasn't really happened yet.
Exactly.
So until PSG win the Champions League, then we say, oh, how much influence can they have when they say, hey, one of the guys has the Champions League, let's now really campaign to be a win.
What helped Rodri, if we're being completely honest, what helped Rodri, I mean, obviously there's a common, it's the common denominator fact that he played for Spain, but it's more so because he plays for the best team in England at the time, like the Premier League. It's the popularity is
the most PR league in the world.
Exactly. So I just don't think these journalists, for the most part, there's going to be some of them that obviously in good faith will vote for Dembele if they do win. But I can't come to live with the realistic idea that majority of these journalists are going to be like, yeah, I guess Dembele because he was great.
No, but Ricardo, all Nas Khalifa had to do is fly the journalists out, give them a good time at Qatar. You know, bro, money talk. You talk.
But that's why I think this award thing. You guys got to understand.
Elijah
said that's why we've said this, especially when Rodri won it. We said this when Messi won it. You cannot take this award seriously. I get the gravitas and the razzmatazz behind it and the shininess of the trophy, but guys, you cannot take this award seriously.
No, but you know, here's the thing.
You know, they leaked the votes. They leaked the votes, and some of these votes genuinely make no sense.
No, but see, this is the key thing. Again, growing up, the Ballon d'Or was not a big deal. It literally was not a big deal. The Ballon d'Or only became a big deal due to the Messi Ronaldo era, because we're going ban for ban, Ballon d'Or. And the annoyance I have is when players come out and say, oh, it would be great to win the Ballon d'Or. Huh? No. You are here to win your league, Champions League, your Continental Trophy, or the World Cup. That is what defines you legacy-wise. Like at the end of the legacy, if all you show me are Ballon d'Ors, but you don't have trophies that we view in football, who cares what the heck you are?
If you win Ballon d'Or, you win trophies. Yeah, it comes hand in hand.
What did Nedved win when he won the Ballon d'Or?
That was exception, not the rule.
Didn't win the league.
And also, that's my
Wait, didn't he win the league?
Well, got a Ballon d'Or for beating Sweden.
Can I say something?
No, but also, Kenny, my thing is that
you're talking about exceptions.
No, but my whole point is, what defines you, bro? Even Messi even opened his mouth and said it. Take all my Ballon d'Ors for that damn World Cup. What defines you?
Yeah, but he got the World Cup and the Ballon d'Or.
He was waffling.
No, but my thing though is that I don't care how many Ballon d'Ors you win. He won the World Cup. That is all that matters. These Ballon d'Ors, they don't define you as a player's legacy. What defines you is what you did in the Champions League.
It's just Messi can say that after winning like 6 or 7 out of them. Like, come on, he's normally do that.
No.
Look, I think
that after like 4 or 5.
Excuse me, 4 or 5.
No, basically, my whole thing though is that things have just changed. I think that people of this era have now made the Ballon d'Or equate to the same as winning a Champions League or like a World Cup, which I think is freaking insane. Because the key thing,
the Ballon d'Or is the equivalent of like the NBA's MVP, and
which we know is freaking rigged.
No, but there's a value for these players to be like recognized as a Ballon d'Or winner because for their own personal legacy and their brand, it matters a fucking lot.
No. But see, my issue though, and I think this is the beauty of sports. The beauty of sports in relation to, let's say, the Oscars or the Grammys is, you see, awards are given, trophies are earned. You have to earn a trophy. An award can just be given to you based off of just bribery and corruption, which is why that trophy has more value than an award which can be rigged.
Let me ask you, since you're like 100 years old, by the way, let me ask you this.
I'm not actually. I turned to
because I want to know, Michael Owen what did he do that season to win the Ballon d'Or? Was he
Lord,
that
Lord
great?
knows.
You won a treble.
Lord knows.
Yeah, he won,
Elijah,
he won,
Elijah,
he won the Europa
if
League.
Elijah, if you dare rep that Ballon d'Or that Owen got,
But
I
he
will slap you.
wanna beat a
Elijah,
Can I say
if you
quick?
dare rep a Karabuki, I will slap you.
Hold on. No.
Can I say something right quick?
He asked the question, and I'm going
Okay,
to answer.
Elijah.
Because you was old
The
enough
man
to like.
Let me go
to-
out there,
yeah.
Elijah, right quick.
The
Yeah,
Kabuki
yeah.
existed then.
Trophies that year.
Hold up, Elijah.
The man literally won 3 major honors in a season.
What were they?
Why does it matter what were they?
No, Elijah. I wasn't.
Elijah.
I don't.
Elijah, I asked you. No. Elijah, I asked you
FA
a straight
Cup,
question.
Capital One Cup, and Community Shield.
No.
You're
And,
lying. No. You're lying. Please tell me you're lying.
Someone said it in it, not me in it, but I agree with that person as well in it. But I didn't. I was not the one that.
No. I don't know this. Elijah, tell me that Ricardo is lying.
Elijah, be serious. Just be honest. No shame.
Elijah, please don't tell me you won a Ballon d'Or for Capital.
Elijah, I'm going to ask this once again. Elijah, what were the trophies that Owen won to win a Ballon d'Or? Just to name the trophies.
Can I finish? First, his team, Liverpool won the League Cup, the FA Cup, and the UEFA Cup at the time. No one had won 3. No one had done that.
The UEFA Cup, the Conference Cup.
No, the UEFA, which is now the conference. I mean, Europa League, which we call Europa League now. The man had scored in 2 of those finals, which was the UEFA Cup final and the FA Cup final, in which that game technically decided the Ballon d'Or because Henry was one of the favorites for the award, and Henry didn't even show up in that final. Owen scored twice in 5 minutes.
Not the first and not the last time as well.
So we give people
and not the first and the last
for winning the Europa League.
Wait, Elijah, I have a quick question.
Hold on.
So
That's the 2000s. The standards are different from the 2000s.
So
Can I say something right quick?
Wait, I just have a question.
Wait, hold on. Okay, Zombies and then AK. Zombies, what are you saying?
Oh no, let AK go and then I'll go.
All right, AK.
No, but I have a quick question to Elijah and to the rest of the panel. So
Hold on. Before you even ask, let me address that. HH, pull up Daniel West's comment. First drop a brick and then a slap.
It is to be.
All right, okay, yeah. That is a major.
That's like
that is
saying,
a major.
so basically, the teams
We
that
have
are
2 of them.
celebrating the
Respect
Europa
them.
League, that is not a major honor.
Okay, wait,
Yeah,
hold
so,
up. So hold up. This was 2001.
Yes.
And that was the year that Bayern beat Valencia in the Champions League.
Bayern beat, yes. And if, I think I have the
So Elijah, are you here confessing to us in front of everyone that the Europa League is a major trophy?
Wait, hold on. Are you guys telling me that Europa League is not a major honor?
It is. To be
No. Everybody give me an answer. You're telling me
It depends on the stature of your club.
So you're telling me this season,
It's not
if
about
United
that.
win the Europa League, we won a major trophy. Let's get it.
Yes.
That's what you guys
It's a
did.
major trophy in the same way the
That's it.
MLS is a major
Hey, did
trophy.
you hear
No,
that?
wait,
Best of the rest.
Elijah, my whole thing, Elijah, my whole thing is, why didn't again, I just need to revisit that season, is why didn't a Bayern player from the 2001 season not win the award when they won the Champions League? And obviously Neuer did what he did. So basically, maybe there wasn't an exceptional player. But when I just look at that Owen resume, I've always said that, hang on, what the hell happened in this season for
That
Owen
was
to win the
English
damn award?
bias. There must have been a bunch of English journalists who voted in that because that does not make sense.
That's why if Ousmane Dembele doesn't win
Wait, hold on. Zombies.
Can I speak? Can I ask my question after Zombies?
Yeah, Zombies.
Look, me personally, with the whole Ballon d'Or thing, I wouldn't be shocked if Dembele get it, if Yamal get it, and that depends on if they win the UCL. But for me, I don't really care too much on it, to be quite honest with you, because look, the thing that did it for me with the Ballon d'Or was 2013, with the Frank Ribery situation. After that, yeah. I couldn't really care.
Yeah,
did he score 13 goals also?
No, bro. They extended it so that Cristiano could drop a 3-piece on Svitnia. And then they gave him.
That when Cristiano won that, I'm like, yeah, this is.
Was that
messed
more?
up because when you look at it, there were actually certain players that should have gotten that Ballon d'Or. Like for example, Frank Ribery, Lewandowski. You can even put Xavi or Iniesta for an
example. Wait, Schneider was 0-11. My fault.
So I have a
question.
Schneider is
Hold
on. Zombie.
And then too, hold on too. Let's not forget Haaland, because the dude won almost everything.
Oh no, Haaland
in that year, and then Messi got it.
Ghosted in the useless himself. Wait, but hold up. Was that the World Cup year for Messi?
Yeah, it was a World Cup.
Yeah, that was the World Cup.
World Cup sacks. Bro. Cannavaro did nothing in that Moji Calciopoli season of 06, but during the World Cup he won it.
No. This already been debunked. Every World Cup winner that's one player of the tournament has gone on to win the Ballon d'Or.
World Cup, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Like Modric, yeah, he won it that year, right?
Yeah.
He's literally not part of that list of players.
Except for 2000.
Wait, who was player of the tournament?
Wait, AJ, can I ask my question?
Hold on. AK, what's your question? AK,
what about 2014?
Elijah, you are telling me that the great Michael Owen, the great Englishman Michael Owen, won a trophy got the Ballon d'Or for winning a trophy named after my AVI. Can you zoom into my AVI, please?
No, it wasn't named after. Okay, here's my issue.
Capital One.
I don't know.
What's in your wallet?
So a credit card.
AK, hold on. AK, hold on. Just because that was just the name of the sponsor. The idea is the guy.
You can't win the Ballon d'Or.
Hold on. Let Elijah respond.
Elijah, as a Liverpool fan, you can't.
I don't know why this. Right? I don't know why this keeps getting brought up so much. It is not my I obviously I'm defending because you played for my club, but you cannot come in here and try to discredit somebody's achievement. You can't do that. That's stupid. That's
you know what's funny though, Elijah? You know what's so funny about this? Oh, Liverpool fans don't even like Michael Owen.
Bro,
they don't like him.
Not really. But my thing is,
so why you defending him? You should.
No. The issue I was having is I could care less about he won the Ballon d'Or, great. He scored in multiple finals, great. But the idea I'm having is you guys cannot sit here. We are sitting here in a panel. We have guys who supported clubs that called Europa League a major honor. You guys celebrated it like it's a major honor, starting with the guy in the middle. His club won it twice. Have you seen the parades for that? Your club is well. No. Hold on. No.
Shout out to Baku.
We cannot because here's my issue, and this is where I say we cannot watch football through the lens of social media, because social media tells you to think one thing. That does not. You're a human being. Make the choice for yourself. All those 3 trophies. The continental honor in itself is major.
That's true.
The fact that you've beaten teams from other countries within your continent, that alone is a major honor. So this idea of trying to, because it's not the Champions League, it's not this, you can't do that.
Okay, wait. Let me go. So shout out to Half from the future. Rice was Ghana Jollof today. Yeah, he wasn't Niger Jollof. He wasn't Niger Jollof, man. Shout out to Ghana Jollof. Why not here?
Relax.
We winning against the Gorilla. Okay, guys. I've not been on Twitter. So what the hell is this crap about?
No, so
100 man versus one gorilla.
Someone just asked that question. All of a sudden, people were talking about
the gorilla is smoking the humans.
Here's the thing, guys.
I don't want to see HH against
Wait, Yassi, explain.
Here's the thing, guys. This version of humanity, we have no chance. Back in the days when there were cavemans, they would take on 100 cavemen could take on one gorilla.
Back in the days,
yes, they can, bro.
No, it's not.
Back in the days, like it was like a few years ago. Back in the days.
No, guys, let's bro. So basically, you're saying no weapons. It's just hand to hand.
Yeah, no weapons.
No weapons.
No, gorilla's winning.
No. We can take them.
In this, but here's the thing, though. Give me 5 Maasai warriors. They'll defeat the gorilla.
Bro, no, you can't.
Give me 5 Maasai warriors. They'll defeat the gorilla.
What about that?
Give me 100 of these bombs in this world that we're living right now. TikTok, basically 100 TikTokers. They're getting washed.
Let me tell you something.
What about 100 Draymond Green?
You know, this is a fact.
To be fair, only 70% of them are men.
Nah, 100 Draymond Greens with the
No. I'm gonna tell you guys a fact. People talk about gorillas. Humans used to hunt woolly mammoth, and we would hunt them to extinction. We used to eat them
with spears, by the way.
woolly
Yeah, with weapons.
With spears,
With
not
weapons.
hands.
But
With spears,
still,
not hands. Not hands.
So,
They didn't go there barehanded.
we've actually devolved.
You,
Is that what
you,
you're
No,
saying?
we haven't.
you,
What
you,
are
you
you
use
talking?
weapons.
No, but they use weapons. Like, what are you talking about?
No, they
Like,
literally
don't
use
have a
tools.
weapon.
Yes, actually no. That could be a mini break because here's the thing: hand to hand, no weapons.
no, that's different.
A
Though.
gorilla is
It's-
washing
yeah, it's
a human
more-
being.
So if you tell me I can't
It's
take a
human
rope,
beings.
I can't take a rope. I can't.
I mean, if you want to use one of the bones of one of them people that died, maybe you can use that as a weapon. But like, if we've been,
I'm trying to bring.
That's Chris. Okay, so you wait for like 50 to now die, hide somewhere, skin them, and then start to do like martial arts with their bones.
No, it's just if people want to win, well, people have to be sacrificed. Not everyone is going to survive. No, it's just true. Let's know people have to be sacrificed, and I'm.
I suppose you say, do you know how crazy that is? So you're saying that 100 human beings cannot take down one gorilla?
We can. We have to be
That's
smart
crazy.
about it.
It's not.
No, because here's the thing though. You are in an enclosed place, no weapons, no nothing, and it's just pure hand to hand.
Bro,
There's a reason. There is a reason why humans, the way we've evolved and became apex predators, is because of our fucking minds and our abilities to create tools.
Yes.
Pure raw ability, humans are like the bottom of the food chain.
No, because I was actually having this comment before. If let's say you take away our intelligence and everything, and it's just pure survival.
We're just
we are trash. Human beings are ass cheeks.
No. But
compared to the stuff that's out there, we are ass cheeks.
But we are
Is it Mumu?
No. Like, just
you see what chimpanzees do to people, let alone a fucking gorilla.
Bro, have you seen Planet of the Apes? Come on now.
That's true.
Yeah, no. What? Let's see. Thank God for our brains, bro. Like without our intelligence, we are trash.
If 100 human beings enter a cage with a gorilla, like, I'm sorry, like there's no organization. Everyone is going to be for themselves. Like, you guys are getting smoked.
That's the key thing. That's
guys are getting smoked. People have to get sacrificed, and no one wants to be a sacrifice. I'm sorry.
Actually, okay, hold on. Okay, I don't want to go there. Hold up. Pause. So you're saying that 20 right leg, 20 left leg, 20 grab the neck.
You have
another 20 come on, 20 right leg, 20 left leg, 20 grab on the neck, another 20 so we can't just organize.
I can 20 people hold one leg. What's this? This is real life. Like, 20 people holding the leg. What are we doing?
You know how much grip a gorilla has? There's more grip than a gorilla.
But Ricardo, 100 are getting washed?
Yes.
Okay,
look, hold on. I've read a lot of books on like war, but I read a lot of books on like war stuff, bro. The moment we see the first guy get fucking pulverized into mincemeat, we are mentally checked out of that battle. We're like, no.
That's true though. Ricardo, that's true. Like half the people run away.
The team morale is finished. The team morale.
It's fine. Guys have to be ready to get sacrificed.
Guys, if aliens are out there, we're screwed. Human beings can't work together. But you know, like Independence Day is a lie. Independence Day, that film is a lie. We're not working together.
Can you imagine? We gathered up the viewers in the chat and some of the guys in the panel, and we see AK go first, and he gets absolutely obliterated. Bro, I'm folding.
Let's go and avenge AK and everything. No,
avenge
I'm avenging nobody.
If I see anybody,
no. But Ricardo's right though.
I'm throwing coin and I'm running away.
No, Ricardo's right. Just imagine the gorilla. A war against the aliens, bro. Look at my heavy, bro.
No, but it's just that's why it needs to be in. That's why it needs to be in a cage. So you guys cannot run away. So you have to fight because if people in an people are going to be running.
That's the key thing in a cage. Basically, it's just so crazy. It just shows you how useless human beings are. So you say that you put 100 human beings. Okay, hold up. What if we have like the strongest man in the world?
No, it doesn't matter.
Ain't doing anything.
Don't matter.
Yo, bring Mark Henry, any
Do
strongest
you
man you want in this game.
understand how strong a fucking gorilla is?
Go in there.
But then just
you know, a gorilla will literally do like Mortal Kombat finishers on us.
Oh yeah. We're washed. Yeah. We're getting washed.
Whenever that scene when the Hulk smashes Loki, that's what's gonna happen too. Of like,
Exactly.
Wait. It's just. Can you put Skilly Banks' comment? Like, do you really think the gorilla is gonna run away? Like, where is he running?
No. You never know though. You never know.
Man, that gorilla.
All that
guys, we're getting washed, man.
The first human that gorilla kills, he's gonna realize I can fucking decimate these.
Yeah,
yeah. We're getting washed. We're getting washed. Yeah, we're getting. No. Come on, my thing. Who is going to run in first to attack? Who's going to run in first?
We're throwing AK, man. We're throwing AK.
You're the youngest, Mitchell. You're the fittest. Go.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Sacrificial lamb.
We're talking about a gorilla.
You're 21. No, guys, that is sad, man. 100 human beings will get washed by a single gorilla.
I don't believe it.
No, but even if it's true, like,
KJ, wait. Okay, KJ,
you gotta be practical.
This Dembele hype is getting to his head, man.
If we play 30, 40, 30, he's not.
Bro, bring up NXT's comment.
Wait, what did you say? Definitely disabled.
Yeah, 15 years old.
No, let me say, shout out to Tim Figueroa.
Imagine Nomad telling the gorilla 15 UCL.
No, the gorilla just smack him in the face.
Hey, after the super chat, can I say something about
okay, cool. So shout out to Tim. Sorry, anyone talking smack about Arsenal are crazy without Buffon 2.0. Arsenal win this game 2-1. Hope is free.
No, but you can
hope is free. Shout out to Jess. HH, you are terrified.
Oh, HH, can you pull my ABI by the way, please?
Can you bring up my AB?
You know what's crazy about HH's Dembele thing? HH jumped out of the Dembele train. He literally left it. He was one of the Dembele's biggest.
That's the best thing. No. That is the best thing that happened to Dembele. That is the best thing that happened to Dembele.
Hold it right there. So there's an article that's saying that Dembele wins Ballon d'Or, half hope goes into hiding. And supposedly the guy.
Guys, I'm telling you right now, Dembele ain't winning no Ballon d'Or, bro. That's what happened.
Yo, Dembele needs the Rolex, the Pateks, he needs all that stuff. So he needs that damn Ballon d'Or.
All I'm saying these days, the more you say that things are not happening, they seem to be happening.
Shout out to Jeffrey. Dembele needed a new variant best player in 2025. Best player 25. Because remember, Salah has taken a dip. Has he been the best player?
I'd argue he's up there.
He's up there as well.
I say
but he's up there. He's up there.
He's top three.
There's a player in there.
Oh, he's back?
There must, yeah.
Ooh, okay, no, come on. We're going to talk about that for the
preview. But I don't think it's going to start, though, from what I'm
Belgian history. No Champions League music equals no... Well, Belgian Hesky, focus actually.
I mean, coming from you, Belgium Hesky, I'm sorry.
Wait, hold up. Is that Pandidam and the Gusi? Or is that okra?
Yeah. No, I think he's a Gusi.
Okay, now I'm getting hungry.
Oh, can you
sorry, I want to troll Arsenal, but I might drop. Abrams fair, half hope in your Inter. Half hope in your Inter.
Nah, yeah, the favorite.
Well, HH thinks they're going to win.
Sorry, he said Willie Mammoths. Hold on, who said Willie Mammoths? what we used to call
Willie or Wooly?
Woolly mammoths. Gorillas have no Lisa Ann. Humans are just better.
What?
Look, we're getting washed by a gorilla, bro.
I mean, if OF girls like Bonnie Blue and that other girl can take 100, man, like, come on.
Sorry, what is it? Okay, gorilla stamina gonna do an old Iniesta after 20, bro. After 15 minutes, they will rip us open. Easily. Now, this is the key here. Half from the future.
No, I get
do 100 UFC fighters beat a gorilla?
You can bring on like 100 times.
No, they're not going to.
Man, shout
you
to
can
gorilla,
put the Avengers in there all you want to. They're still gonna get ripped over.
But
the main character is like no weapons. That's the issue.
Yes.
Wait, hold up. Where's that slap? Hold up. KJ, you'll go in first, yeah? You go first.
No. You see,
No, KJ, you are the inspiration. KJ, you go first.
You want to know how strong they are? You go first.
Yeah, no, you go first. Go for it. This guy's how strong is his?
100 is a lot. They got no.
And KJ, human beings with no weapons or anything are effing weak compared to a gorilla. Okay, that's the whole point.
KJ,
you have to understand, bro.
Do you understand that it's not even that? It's that their bone density is way bigger. Their skin is thicker than humans. Their fucking skull is like twice the size of ours. We're not penetrating anything, bro.
Yeah.
Like.
People telling me they're gonna put a gorilla in a headlock. Like, are you guys silly? What are we doing there, man? I got talking about putting him in a headlock.
There's actually a very interesting stat.
People are sick.
bro.
Okay, so you're putting this in a headlock. You're putting this guy.
Yeah, fucking right.
Wait, but Kenny said it actually best, bro. Like, let gorilla kill like 5-10 of us, 5-10 of them, and then we can create weapons out of the bones.
Yes.
No. My thing though is it's in an enclosed environment and room, so this is over in 10 minutes. So there's no time to basically. This is just a complete total warfare for like 10 minutes. Now
I'm playing dead. I'm telling you right now.
I'm
leaving, man. I'm leaving.
Bro, for me, I'm breaking out of that room. So I'm trying to communicate with the gorilla to be so that hey,
I'm grabbing AKs and KJ's remains and I'm smothering the blood all over me and playing dead.
Wait, hold on. Yes.
I was just thinking about something. What if they actually did this and like they did it in like a Squidward version where like they brought 100 people that were desperate for money and they said, listen, if you guys can survive against a gorilla and you guys can kill this gorilla, we'll give you all the money in the world. Yeah, what if they do that?
A gorilla will rip your dick off like a bamboo stalk, bro.
But Ricardo, for $2 trillion, will you fight a gorilla?
Oh, they could do it.
What's the point? I want to enjoy it.
What's the point if you have no arms?
It's still gonna die,
man. We're getting washed.
You can get bionic arms. I don't know.
Wait,
bro, like that. Y'all not
wait, hold on. Wait, AK, wait a second.
Actually, a very interesting stat I just found. Ousmane Dembele has actually equaled Kylian Mbappe's record goal contribution for PSG in a single UCL season.
Oh my!
It's not easy.
I need to recheck that.
Can you bring up maybe?
It's not
That's
easy.
where the argument.
Maybe Mbappe was the inferior talent all night long.
Casey, is that Dembele on a horse?
Is that?
Yeah,
That's my leadership. That's all I'm saying. We're talking about leadership.
Yeah, what is that? Is that Big Ben?
Yeah, bro. He's conquering England, man. Like at this point.
Yeah, Liverpool. I think
maybe all Napoleon needed.
Now London.
So basically, Dembele is finishing what Napoleon did finish.
What he couldn't finish.
Yes.
All Napoleon needed was Dembele.
Hey, that's such a good. That's good.
I put the stat in the private chat.
Think about it.
Man started in Manchester. They went to Liverpool.
And then Birmingham.
They went to Birmingham. Now he's in London.
The Emirates, London.
Wait. Hold on. So let me say this. So shout out to why not you. Need HH, Prime Mike Tyson, Khabib, Prime McGregor, CR7 2014 bodybuilder Michael B. Jordan, Ashton Hall, Tom Cruise, Stones Craziness. We're still losing.
You're getting beat up, man. What is this?
And
also, don't give me that thing that Khabib used to fight bears. They weren't that big.
They were cubs.
Yeah, bro. I saw the video. That was like a freaking mini bear.
You know, technically,
they didn't say it has to be an adult gorilla.
So wait,
that is true. It doesn't have to be an adult gorilla.
Wait, who is stronger, a gorilla or a bear?
A gorilla. I think it depends. It depends what type of bear.
No.
I'm talking like a big bear, like the big like mountain.
If you're talking about a polar bear, then a polar bear.
Even grizzlies, bro.
Okay, so who's stronger, a grizzly bear or a grizzly bear or a gorilla?
A grizzly.
Grizzly bears are fucking huge too.
Grizzly bears, they weigh 2 tons, guys.
Now that's the thing, bro. 150 a grizzly bear is devouring.
No. HH, you don't understand. Grizzly bears, they fast. People don't understand. They're fast. They can climb trees. HH, if you were,
Shout out Islam, man.
no, well, I'm telling you, HH, if you're in a situation where you see a grizzly bear and it's running at you, GG's. Like it's
No,
over.
but you know why? Why I think like it's not gonna work. It's like basically like you're putting like gorilla is not as strong as a tank, obviously. But if you put like 1,000 people against a tank, right? They're not going to be able to do anything.
No.
And that's the same. Like
you know, technically speaking, like evolutionary, your knuckles are actually not supposed to be used for punching people. Like they actually, that's why they break. Fight.
I read about that in my anthropology.
So how many times are you gonna punch a girl before you realize your hands?
Yeah.
I told you, people. For me, I think that's the key thing because see, this actually just humbled my spirits because I used to think that's like, oh man, the world's strongest man. My guy is so scary. But when you not talk about strength, real strength, bruh. No, see,
but hold on.
So all your strength is just strength within like a little human body. Real strength.
Sorry.
There's a reason that people say that the most important tool for a human is their brain.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That is out. Basically, if you took away, bro, shout out to those cavemen, those early cavemen. That's what you call Gida and Doi. How those guys survived
even
is
they
Gida and
made
Doi.
tools.
Those
But
early cavemen.
even they made tools.
To be stupid and you're a human being,
No,
that's a
but
Doi and kid.
They made very like
for the time, the one like
No, but sister, I'm talking about like the early cavemen before you discover fire, discover the stuff.
Yeah,
even Neanderthals like objectively speaking, they didn't have a language like so like evolutionary like they're lower than us. But even they had
that's why, guys. For me, and people might not. People have phobia of spiders, and they don't like bugs and stuff like that. But guys, that's why like the whole Spider-Man thing and all that stuff. That's why it's such an amazing thing because, bro, if spiders were big. And in terms of like relative size, bro, it's GG's because people don't know this. Like,
wait. Look. This is enough future talk. Shout out to David Attenborough, bro. Now let's get to the real talk. So, wait, Casey, you want to speak on Barca Inter or the because we've left the Arsenal PSG now. This is Barca Inter.
Barca Inter, yeah.
All right, so we're here to Casey. I need you to please stop the reverse jinx. And I need you to Casey, I need you to be a professional member of this panel. You being on this panel, you have a duty and a requirement, and it's your job to be impartial, to be objective, and to give quality, objective football analysis. Do you believe?
Is that the same guy who jinxed Cristiano into?
That was different. That was a necessity for the human race. Okay. So, Casey,
we salute you for that.
Thank you. Inter Barca for this first leg. What do you say?
No, I said we are the favorites though. Yeah, but there are some issues obviously. Like if Thuram is back, that's gonna be a problem. Of course, Balde is not
Marcus
back.
Thuram? You're scared of Marcus Thuram?
No, but he's still there. Like
compared to Tataremi.
Yeah, that thing. But I'm scared of is actually.
I said that thing.
No, but what I'm most scared of is actually Dumfries, bro. Because as it turns out, Balde is not gonna play. So the enemy of humankind, Gerard Martin, is going to start as a left back probably, and that is the.
Are you sure that guy is not from Brexit?
I have no idea.
Wait, hold on. Why are you scared of dumb French fries?
Because Gerard Martin.
He's Australian.
Gerard Martin is garbage.
Bro,
okay, so hold on. Wait,
for the past 5 streams, you've been drinking from that same bottle, man.
I know. Water. Shout out to water. Stay healthy. It's called health.
You've been drinking the same water bottle. Hold on. You've been drinking the same water bottle.
It's called health. It's called health.
You're just eating burgers.
It's called nasty.
So Casey, you're saying that it's a straightforward win.
You were just eating burgers and fries. You're talking about health.
Hold on. Where's this meat spotting? So Casey, so you're saying straightforward win.
We are the favorites. I don't know if it's gonna be straightforward because I have seen like Inter's bus. And
Inter's bus.
Yeah, they are gonna park a bus. Yeah. Wow.
And you're saying that the best offensive team who scored almost 1,000 goals cannot penetrate the Inter Milan bus.
Let's see. We'll find out tomorrow.
Oh, okay. What would your prediction be? Score prediction. If you have a score prediction.
A cheeky 2-1.
So cheeky 2-1.
No, because we're gonna concede a corner.
Casey,
No,
I'm cheeky
Casey,
2-1.
come on, bro.
Bro, this is like the most offensive to everything. A cheeky Casey, explain to me what a cheeky 2-1 is. What's that? What's the cheek there? Explain the cheek.
I'm telling you. My, the way we are gonna get a goal is probably from a long shot and a deflection or something like that. And the way they're gonna get their goal, my guess is via a corner. That's what I'm calling it a cheeky 2-1. It's not gonna be obvious.
Zombies, talk to me. It's a Barca.
Yeah. So look, I have a feeling we could do it. We could pull it off. We at home. Like I said before in the last stream.
What do you better pull this off? You're the crib and you're the favorites.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like we have to. So I would say for us, we need a 3-goal deficit, and we cannot give Inter any chance at all to score, because I know there's somewhere out there with their matches. I know they're defensively solid, but at the moment, and see, this is what I was talking about too. Also, as far as high line is concerned, our high line, don't get me wrong, has been working for us, but it will be that one team, and I think it's Inter that will counterattack that. And the moment they do, they are going to like crush us. That'll be
Zombies. Just pause real quick. I'll come back to you. Very quick, and I'll come back to Zombies. What if you have 100 really fat people, like over 300 pounds and everything?
What the
Who said
Will that make the difference? As in, like,
fight?
really, like, basically 200 pounds, so they're really fat. Does that make the difference?
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Like they're slow as hell as well. Like.
That fat people got one chance. Like they can only throw one punch before they're exhausted.
Yeah, like.
AI simulation in the private chat, it's not gonna work.
Okay. All right. Okay. Back to regularly scheduled programming. Zombies continue.
Got you. But yeah, look, the moment they counterattack the high line, then this is gonna be a real problem for us. And I think too with Casey, he when he said Thuram's coming back, yeah, that's also gonna be a problem too as well. Our main concern should be the defense, because I have a feeling that we're gonna have a
on-set pieces
in that defense.
So defense from set pieces, or just how they might break the offside trap?
It could be a little bit of both. Because I'm telling you right now, the Bozo moment is gonna come from either one of the defense. It could be either from Araujo, or
so that's the thing. So who starts? Is Martinez starting or Araujo starting? Who's the starting pair?
I would have Martinez start. I would have Martinez start. And then too, Gerald Martin. Judging from his past games, he's not cut out. He's not going to be cut out for this match. I'm sorry, because I'm telling you right now, because see, Inter has 2 strikers. So
is Balde still injured?
Balde, I think
he's not starting.
Wait, he's what?
So is he going to be on the bench, or is not even in the squad? Balde.
I don't think he starts this game. I think probably next game, because I think they're not gonna want to rush him into starting back in the game, or for him to get injured. So, and the same thing with Lewa too. But other than that, yeah, them 2 strikers, they will like literally run through Jared Martin. So that's my only concern with tomorrow. But as far as midfield is concerned, Pedri has to start. Like, he has to start. He has to start. No questions asked. And then the attack goes. Rafinha has to put away his chances. He has to, like, literally, because from what I saw in that Copa del Rey game, dude was not with.
So basically, what would be your score prediction?
My score prediction. This might sound crazy, but 2-2. 2-2.
You're not going to win the game.
Can I speak on this?
But hold on. Let me explain. Let me explain.
Okay.
Look, we can score goals. That's not a problem. Like I said, we got that dangerous mindset, but when you look at it, Inter is just so damn defensively solid. And look, they're gonna have balls on moments too as well, but we cannot take our eye off them scoring as well, because let's not forget they had 2 strikers they changed. And look, we've made shit on Lautaro.
But they've lost three games in a row, though. You know this.
I know that, but we cannot forget too that at the end of the day, Lautaro Martinez. Look, as much as we clown the dude on a good day, dude can score. So let's not all get it twisted and say, oh, he's gonna have a bozo moment. Oh, he's not gonna do this. Look, on a
When's
good
he ever
day,
done in the Champions League?
He's that dude.
No, he scored a goal in Anfield.
Wait, hold on. So let me go to Ricardo and the shameful, disgraceful, lonely Gatlosa afterwards. Ricardo, go for it.
Could I go after Gatlo?
Yes.
Look, with this game, like, I can see this go many different ways, but something is telling me. I always had this issue that when I don't feel nervous for a game, something goes bad.
Bro, and honestly, Ricardo, that's how I feel. Honestly, that's exactly how I feel.
Look, I can see this game ending 2-1 for Barca. I can see this ending 1-0 for Inter. But I could also see a world where Barcelona just literally donkey fuck Inter like 4-0.
Yeah, relax.
That's crazy.
Relax.
No, but like,
kids, beer discretion is the
only reason I
we don't have kids.
Sorry, who? Isn't he a United fan?
The only reason I can see it in terms of the 4-0 or like I'll say 3-0, like 3-0 decisive 3-0, is because you're like, I'm taking in the parameters of the situation. Inter have fallen off a cliff. They've fallen off a cliff. Now you can say, oh, they're gonna get their Champions League G9. Like, no, let's be honest. Like at this stage, form really is all that matters because the fatigue of the players is real, right? And I've been watching Inter because I'm like, everybody keeps talking about this defense, but I've said it from the very beginning when they were playing Bayern. This defense ain't as good as people make it out to be. The only reason they're in the semifinals is because Bayern Munich weren't clinical.
Yeah, they wasted a lot of chances.
Exactly. Now
that Harry Kane.
They lost 3 games now. They conceded like 5 goals, I believe. A late 90-minute winner against Bologna, 3 against Milan, and 1 against Roma. And I watched that Roma game. Bro, these guys are gassed. They're tired. They're just as tired as Barcelona. Now, granted, people did rest Bastoni for that game against Roma, so he'll have fresh legs for Lamine. But even then, 1 game's rest isn't enough at this stage of the competition the competitions. They're not playing well. They haven't scored in 3 games, I believe. Like 6 half. I believe the stat was like in 3 games. In these losses, they haven't scored.
But so the last scored against Bayern.
Yeah, so
and that was what, like three games ago.
So like, look, I can see, and I'm also factoring into that. Okay, yeah, Barcelona played 120 minutes. Granted, we rested Dani Olmo like 65 minutes into the game. Pedri came off like at the 90 something. But Inter, because of the Pope dying, they had to play on Sunday. So it kind of, in a sense, is balanced out. Whereas, like, because they were originally supposed to play Saturday.
Yeah.
But now they play Sunday. So they have less. We have a whole days of rest despite playing 30 minutes more. I'm also taking into aspect that Barcelona are probably morally really high off that win against Real Madrid. Inter, they gotta be morally at least low. Their players.
So basically, here now you're actually painting the picture that maybe Inter's just going to surprise everyone, because all signs are saying that this is a routine Barca derby.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why if Barcelona go on and win 3-4-0, I'm not surprised. But if this could be competitive, and it could be a 2-1 to Barca. My expectation, regardless of the scoreline, I do expect Barcelona to win, regardless of what the scoreline is. If we draw, going to be a bit of a bummer, but I do think Barcelona do have the capacity to win in the San Siro. If we lose, which, like I said, I would not surprise me the most minimal 1-0 if Inter win, but I don't see it happening unless the team just has a day off. I just think Varane scoring has helped. Rafinha, I mean, Champions League, he typically does better. Lamine is playing well again. I think what's holding me back is just Gerard Martin. If this was ball day, bro, I would say 4-0 with my chest.
Ricardo, and that's what I'm saying too, because go back to that Celta Vigo game. This dude is responsible for 2 goals.
Yeah.
Literally.
Now I'll say this too. I think the fact that Benjamin Pavard is not there is actually going to help Rafinha, because Benjamin Pavard is actually having a good season and he's one of the better 1v1 defenders. So, I do think Rafinha should have a better game. I also I actually am kind of happy that Balde, he will be back in the second leg, because whether we're losing or we're leading, having somebody on the left that can just exploit that right hand flank of Inter, regardless if we're losing or winning, is going to be such a plus. So I'm confident. I'll say I'm confident, but I do expect Barcelona to win. I don't know about the scoreline though.
Godfrey, what you saying?
Let's be honest. In the midfield battle is won by Barca already. Like, these senior citizens ain't doing anything against Pedri.
Relax, man.
So you're saying Barella is washed?
Citizens, my days.
Hakan Çalhanoğlu is good, man.
Wait, hold on.
Hakan Çalhanoğlu.
No, HH. Barella is still a young buck, right?
Apparently.
It's like 28.
The guy is 28.
To be fair, 28 in the Italian league is like
28 in Italy is like 15 or 14.
He's Lamine all over.
He's basically like Gabizi's age. Shout out to Sheshe.
Yeah, so. and Mkhitaryan is just getting on. He's not really that old yet.
Mkhitaryan has been old since he was young, so I don't know.
He's 34, right? Mkhitaryan 34.
The guy is 36. He's 36.
Okay.
So wait.
That's a crazy statement.
I'm pretty sure Mkhitaryan was playing for Wenger, if I'm not mistaken.
If you look at Mkhitaryan when he was at Dortmund, the guy looked like he was already in his 30s.
So Gatlog, are you just going to be ageist and respect your elders?
No offense. Even if Barca don't win, okay, they are going to Daydem Stadium. They're not really. It's not really that much of a big deal, honestly.
Stadium.
I don't know if they are Giuseppe or San Siro anymore. And
Giuseppe Meazza.
Thank you. Giuseppe Meazza.
No. Look. Inter these past 3 games, and the funny thing is they have H's backing, so naturally it was only a matter of time.
Wait. Hold up. They had my backing prior to them being bent over by the Roman Warriors, being bent over by Spaghetti Bolognese, and being bent over by who's the 13 that they lost to?
Milan.
AC Milan.
By Milano Pizzeria.
They are neighbors. They are bunk bed neighbors. Look, HH, that's my whole point. Let's be honest. San Siro has used up as Tony Blue, because
he called it a bunk bed.
2 teams use them. Literally, San Siro is used every week, if you think about it, because they are swapping between AC and the Inter. So let's be honest.
So basically, you're saying routine victory for Barca. That's if Barca don't beat. So are you saying 2-1 or a lubrication beat down on dressing?
The problem is that they played 120. I know they played the day after, so it should balance each other out somehow. The 120 minutes that took a lot out of Barcelona. So I'm not expecting them to blow them out in this game, but I won't be surprised if they won both legs, honestly, because I think Barca will have to go for it more. If the second leg was in Spain, then I would have said, okay, maybe a 2-2 in Italy, and then they'll just finish the job in Spain. Wherever, I know they're not in Camp Nou, I've forgotten where they are now, but wherever they are now, they would have finished it up. But the problem is that they're playing at home first. So honestly, if Barca win by honestly, I'm seeing a 3-1 in my mind. That's what I'm saying.
To Barcelona.
3 to Barcelona. No, 3-1. 3 to Barcelona. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing in my head. Lewandowski will be back in the second leg. They can counter in that kind of scenario. But honestly,
Can this guy be
They need to
sniffing
finish.
for fun?
They need to finish this game.
This guy,
They
I'm
need to
telling you,
finish this
like,
game.
No, come on. Casey, I respect it. He's a 24. Casey, he's a 24/7 hater, and I respect it. I fully respect it. So sorry, Gatlo, continue.
I'm expect they need to score in the first half first because they can't be getting tired towards the second half. They need to score in the first half. It needs to be like 1-0.
So is it? Do you see a scenario where it's effectively ended? Because my worry is that it's effectively ended on on Wednesday.
No, I don't tell you to. It's not that simple. Okay, like as much as I can clown Serie or clown, you can't really clown Inter. They've earned our respect in this Champions League. They've earned it.
Who's respect?
Look, we need to have some respect on Serie.
KJ, the way you're talking slick, the way you're talking slick. I'm gonna send this hangouts to Inter because I have Simone Inzaghi. I've got Simone Inzaghi on some speed dial. I'm sending this. I'm sending everything you've said, KJ, to Simone Inzaghi tonight. So.
You know how old they are. They'll probably forget tomorrow, so it's not a big deal. Okay, they'll forget by the time kickoff comes.
True. Hi, man. HH is the only one that wants to make a conversation out of this. This isn't even a conversation.
Like, think about it, man.
KJ, can you be respectful for like 1 minute? Just respectful for 1 minute. Be respectful.
Why would I do that? Like, no.
Okay. See, here's the thing. Okay, this is my thing.
Hey, AJ, can I say my prediction?
Yeah. Inter, you hold the very fate or the responsibility of a league in your hands. Because if Inter gets washed up, are we now repping Billy G and what's it called, mix sauce?
When they get washed up,
36-year-old midfielder. Damn.
And it's a 7-year-old centre back. That's what she's saying.
No, but age doesn't matter when you play a loop like that's the hook.
I was about to say age is nothing but a number, but I can't really say that right now based on what that means. So
Inter's been getting like older players, like them free agents. Like I don't know why it's a surprise. Like,
okay, wait, hold on. So who here on the panel thinks that Inter are going to surprise people on Wednesday?
I think that I don't think
that.
KJ,
I think there will be a surprise. I think there will be a surprise.
I think that's an element that you guys are not actually thinking about.
Go for it.
HH, there's some seasons where
yes.
What?
That's your guy.
Some seasons
he's building suspense.
Okay. So
wait, I think there will be a surprise.
We'll get back to your suspense. So Kenny and then AK. Kenny.
I was after that lock.
No. Okay. Let me go to Okay. KJ go. KJ. KJ.
All right. So
I'm not talking about Arsenal PSG.
Oh no, we'll get back.
In addition to have committed violated child labor laws, also about to commit elderly abuse tomorrow. We need to be completely honest with ourselves. I don't know why you're making a discussion of this. This is the best team in the world against arguably the 56th best team in the world. Against arguably the 56th best team in the world. Why you think Marcus Thuram and Lautaro are actually going to do something is beyond me. They were effectively pushed to the end. Severely depleted Bayern Munich team. They are in terrible form, right?
Yes, they are in bad form. Yes,
they simply do not have the midfield legs, in my opinion, to compete with what Barcelona is about to do to them tomorrow. I think Barca might concede 1 goal because defensively there are still issues, but they're probably going to score 3 or 4, in my opinion. And this leg will be effectively over within the first game. Like this is not like there's no going back to the Serie. Like basically just plan for Barcelona in the final already, just for your sake. And probably PSG. Like, just for your sake.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
I'm not disrespecting Inter like that. Yes, Barca are favorites. Barca should win. I'm not disrespecting Inter.
I feel because of the poor form of the last 3 games, guys are now acting like it's going to be like some. They're going to blow them out.
That is a elementary mistake.
No, I do think
definitely going to be destroyed.
I do think Barcelona will win, but they're not blowing them out like by 3 goals.
Yes.
Kenny, all I'm saying is Barca fans should buy their hotel tickets, their train tickets.
For God's sake, don't do this.
Get the handsy flick package.
Let them buy their tickets, right? Whether you want to sit in the nosebleeds or you want to sit next to the touchline, right?
No,
Whichever
my
one you
God.
prefer, right? Whether you want to stay there for 3 days with your girlfriend or you want to make it a 2-day trip, whichever one you call it. Just prepare for that Champions League final in Munich, right? Have some fun. Take the family there, right? Get your tickets early.
I don't think
No,
Barca
no,
will score
but
goals. That's
do
too
you know
much.
what the key thing is? I am going to edit this KJ segment. I'm sending that thing to Simone and Zaghi. And God clock, they will remember because I'm going to give them a reminder every minute of the day just to remind them. Due to Elvis.
They won't remember. They're too old. They have amnesia.
No. But I'm going to keep reminding them every single minute. A reminder every minute.
And when I'm right, what's my reward? And when I'm right, what's my reward?
Nothing. Your reward is okay.
You get honorary Barcelona.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
Can I ask a question? In this Inter team, is there anybody that is supposed to be below their peak? Maybe except
all I'll say is when you know ball, life is easy. NHS likes to make life hard for himself, but I know ball, so that's why my life.
Wait, hold on, Kenny. What's saying, Kenny?
Yeah. So like I was saying, I do think Barca are going to win, but I don't think they're going to blow them out. I see them maybe winning by 1 or 2 goals, 2 goals max. But I don't know. I still feel like obviously I've seen Inzaghi go in certain games and being able to put a plan there not to get blown out. So I don't think they'll get blown out. And even the Milan game that people like acting as like they played like it was a 3-0 on paper, but I don't think it was like a 3-0 game. If you watch the game, it was a close game, and I just feel like Milan were very, very clinical in that. But
did you watch them against Roma though? Did you watch them against Roma?
No, against Roma. No, they deserve to lose. They deserve to lose that Roma game. No,
they were shameless, man.
No, they were poor. But I don't know. I don't see them blowing them out. I just feel like Inzaghi can come with a plan to stifle them. But I do think that Barca are going to win. But I think maybe a 2-1 or 3-1. But I don't see like some 4, like some. It's not going to be done by the first leg. It's not going to be done by.
You know what gives me hope though? That let's say we get a draw, or maybe even if we lose like 1-0. The fact that we have to play the worst team in La Liga and we can rest players, and then they have to go out and compete for that Serie A title gives me faith for the return leg.
They literally gave McTominay life, bro.
Wait. Sorry, hold on. I need to just quickly do this. Shout out to Fair who said, HH says Inter. HH say Inter will lose 5-0. I need this guy to. Bro, my jinx ain't that bad. Man. Hold on. If Barca decided not to press, they win easily.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad point because.
Yeah, that's true. And KG,
but part of Barca's game is to press.
Yeah, that's
take the game to the
And KJ laughing at Marcus Thuram like he's some bomb. I don't know why you're acting like Marcus Thuram.
I hope Marcus Thuram scores for KJ.
If Inter Milan styles Barcelona from winning the treble, jeez.
No,
wait. So I'm just thinking. So Inter would rather face Barca than Bologna. #book. See, okay.
Oh yeah,
okay. In terms of matchup, is this a good matchup for Inter, or we don't know until we look at it on Wednesday?
No,
because my thing is okay. Yes, they've lost these 3 games, but this is a very particular. This matchup may suit Inter. We don't know until we see.
Yeah, but that's
I do feel like Inter always better when they don't have to be the dominant side.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
I feel like they're good at taking pressure and then trying to be on the counter. That doesn't mean that they can't buck under the pressure. But I do feel like they're better when they don't have to be like when they don't have the expectation to win.
So Lautaro has scored against Barca twice at Camp Nou, including when Piqué was trying to direct traffic as well.
Good thing is we're not playing the Camp Nou, so.
But it's still at home, so
this is actually the last Champions League game at the Montjuic, by the way.
Oh,
yeah,
so what's called? AK, talk to me.
We gotta give it the send off it deserves, man.
Yeah. I mean, I said there's gonna be a surprise. I think the surprise is gonna be how dominant Barcelona are. Inter Milan, they're made up of a squad of a bunch of old heads. They have a
bunch of HH.
No.
They have
actually, it sounds worse coming out of the mouth of a 20-year-old though. So
yeah. So they have a 36-year-old midfielder by the name of Mkhitaryan. Shout out to
Mkhitaryan. Quality player.
Marcus Thuram. HH. I saw 41-year-old Pepe outpace this guy at the Euros. So I don't know how you think he's gonna be a threat.
No. It's because he said he was going to be fast for a reason.
He's fast.
Not engaging that mentality his coach gave him in school.
Bro, Pepe outpaced him. How is he fast? But I generally think I'm faster than Marcus Thuram.
Pepe takes drugs. So.
No, he doesn't. The wing backs. DeMarco's a good wing back. I'll give it to him. Dumb flies. Bro, that guy is a bozo.
What about Gerard Martin then? Like, who's the guy he'll face?
No. It's a battle of bozos, bro. The more bozoific bozo will lose. The less bozo person will win. I think in terms of center back partnerships, Inter do have a good center back pairing, but again, bro, like we've seen Barca take apart even the most stringent center back partnerships this season, and they've been able to score goals with ease. So shout out Inter, they've done well to get this far. Shout out to them, but it's gonna be 3-0 Barca tomorrow. And
hold on. 3-0. Inter will score.
3-0.
3-0 Barca and a nice cheeky 2-1 away from home.
The difference 1 week does, because you guys were not talking like that. It's crazy.
I did say from the very beginning, Inter have a fraud defense, but you didn't want to.
To be fair, he did say that. And
I don't think I have a feeling something surprising is going to happen on Wednesday.
Yes, we're gonna get a Ferran Torres hat trick.
Oh wow! Okay, so hold on, Elijah. Talk to me, Elijah.
Oh, I get Inter has been struggling, but that it wasn't in the Champions League. It was in other competitions.
It was actually against Bayern, against a depleted Bayern. They went out, honestly.
But they won the tie in the first leg.
But Bayern missed a lot, and I mean a lot of chances.
That's on Bayern.
No, but okay.
But will Barca miss those chances that's Bayern missed?
That's not Inter. That's on Bayern.
No,
wait. But hold on. No, Elijah. No, the point is, yes, it's on Bayern. But if you do the math, Bayern, it seemed that didn't have Musiala, they didn't have Alphonso Davies, very critical to the attack, created a lot of really good chances they did not execute. Barca are literally the most efficient attacking team in the world. So if they have the chance that Bayern have, ergo E equals MC squared, Barca are going to score those chances. That's the math, Because see, my issue is that I heard with the Inter, but what had me worried was that, bro, a depleted Bayern were creating all these chances. Bro, Bayern were 1 goal from taking that game to extra time in the second leg. So my thing though is, Inter don't have to do, but what had me worried, Elijah, is that defense got opened up by Bayern Munich.
Also, are we taking Lautaro's goal scoring against them seriously, considering the fact that Bayern were playing Urbig and they were playing Urbig in goal? They were playing a guy called Urbig.
No. You
know what an Urbig is?
Elijah, come on, man.
Elijah.
What I'm getting, it seems like a lot of people are burying Inter while they're still breathing. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Football is not.
People have been buried alive before.
Well, Elijah, to be fair,
Elijah. So did
No, Elijah, to be fair, like when you're old, you start looking for your ashes, you start preparing for that inevitable. I'm just saying.
Damn bloody fool.
Elijah, give us an Inter argument that no one has seen. Give us an Inter Milan argument.
I'm just saying, I'm not. Yes, I don't think I would. I'm taking Barca, but I'm not taking them in a way where they go and they molest them at their home ground or in both times. No, more so like.
Oh my god.
Am I wrong?
Actually, that was
because that's what it's been sounding like. It's been sounding like Inter could get molested in this series. I'm sorry.
No. To be fair,
wait, hold on.
Barca are not going to reverse pedo then.
Elijah, out of all of the terms, lubrication, I have not used the M word.
Hey, yo, God,
that's what it's been sounding like. 5-1.
But you could R. Kelly after someone.
I know, KJ, I said wrong clip. I messed up. I know, wrong clip.
Yeah, true.
You need to be
you messed up.
I was literally on X while AK was speaking. I seen somebody say that Barca could win 7-2. Like HH.
Wait, hold on. Who said that?
I'm just HH. Just people.
You see, Barca, you better be. You see,
I'm not saying any of that. Like, what the fuck?
hold on. As much as I hate and I despise what Casey did, and Casey, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, and you're a sneaky person. As much as I hate what Casey is doing, a little humbleness just needs to come through because I think Barca relax.
Yeah.
Because I think that's you're playing into Inter just to surprise people. Because if he starts moving like how KJ is moving, Inter can just get in cases what's like a cheeky 1-1
This is what I said. Like, we cannot take Inter lightly at all.
7 is crazy. It's more like 5
J2, that's why I say reverse speedo.
I'm me personally. I'm sitting at it.
So what is your score prediction? If you have to give a score prediction,
2-1 Barca at home, 1-1 away, 3-2 Barca.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's
not
fair.
scoring 4. So Barca not scoring.
No, Barca not scoring.
No, my thing is that like it just sometimes like things are just so obvious, right? Like something is just gonna happen. Like because like Inter is on a bad form, Barca is on a very good form. Like I just have a feeling like
no, for me. Do you know what it is? I want to just see the first 10. I want to see the first 10 minutes of this game because I just want to just see how they match up.
No, the first 10 minutes will tell.
One day you Africans are going to stop questioning about This is crazy.
Oh, it's you African.
KJ, hold on.
Oh, wow.
This is crazy.
He's black.
KJ, man.
No, KJ is also African.
Hold on. I remember I told you, friendly fire still counts.
This is
What do you say that?
I approve of his message, by the way.
Bro, how did KJ turn to Uncle Ruckus? That's crazy. How did KJ just turn to Uncle Ruckus? That's fascinating.
Yeah, that's
yeah. But HH, what I was saying before, my I don't know what happened, but the stream I just reloaded. I don't know. It just refresh itself. Anyways, I think Barcelona gonna win the treble, guys. Like Barcelona are gonna win the Champions League.
No, we have to wait.
We are. No, but here's the thing.
Ricardo, change that AVI.
Ricardo, send me that AVI.
No, HH, the reason for it is because the reason why I'm saying is every year, HH, sometimes you can just tell. I remember when Hansi Flick was destroying the Champions League with Bayern Munich. You could just tell, like, yo, Bayern Munich are on a madness. Bro, these guys are just good merchants. This Lamine Yamal kid and with braces, with 2 glasses, and Rafinha and Pedri, these guys
what
are
does
just
the
good
2
merchants.
Sanchez have to do with it?
I'm just trying to paint a picture, like shout out to him, but
Rafinha, we see what you're trying to. No, I mean Yamal. I see what he's trying to do when he's trying to hide that forehead, but I don't know what he's hiding there.
But I mean, he dyed his hair too. You saw how he dyed his hair.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But it just you can just like these guys are good merchants. Like they're just on a Barcelona, especially this season.
No, but yes, yeah.
They just
The
know how to
beauty
get
of
it
football is
done.
that you can never assume. The beauty of football is you can never assume.
You say here's one thing. You know what's funny, and this is where your jinx is kind of crazy. I remember when we were watching the Copa del Rey final, and you said, "Yeah, this is going to penalties." You tweeted that out. Jules, out of everyone in the pitch, Jules Koundé scores a goal. It's just like when stuff like that starts happening to a team, like and they, you're thinking, okay, these guys are going to penalties, and somehow Jules Koundé scores a banger. You just know, like. It is what it is. Like
there's no treble.
This is happening.
There's going to be a treble.
Wait, hold on. Okay, let me just win some of the drops. Shout out to Nigel Cardoso. We'll tell Zara to sit on the ground. Casey.
No, that's wrong.
Moving on.
We might have
shout out is fair. John Jones on cocaine beats a gorilla. #iPoke.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
that actually is a.
Actually, hold up. That's the thing. Are you allowed to take drugs to be under influence, or is that allowed? Shout out to when you need the giants who built the pyramids for this. Hold up. Who told you giants built the pyramids? It was aliens, apparently.
No,
Egyptians.
Yeah, it was actually
sure. Yeah. Oh, no, it's true.
Egyptians built. I know.
Bro,
Egyptians
AJ,
built.
Yeah, we have.
I said your
there's evidence.
AK.
We have genetic
I said no.
evidence.
I'm agreeing.
Archaeological and genetic
Yes,
evidence.
Egyptians built the
And
pyramids.
sisters
They're
have
actually
Yes.
the slaves
have
of
a-
Egyptians.
have
bro.
No.
ancestors of.
Hold on. I'm agreeing with you. I said yes, they built the pyramids.
Also, we landed.
Yes.
We also landed on the moon. By the way.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Oh yeah, we landed on the moon. Yeah, on the
Yeah.
moon. Yeah, we landed on the moon.
AJ believes in many.
No one can see you winking because of your shades.
Shout out to. Okay, what's it called? Who's this? What's it called? Elijah, what's your prediction? What's your score prediction, Elijah?
For which one?
He said 2-1. Didn't you say
Inter Barca. Sorry. So he said 2. Oh, sorry. So 2-1.
1-1. Barca 3-2.
Mr. T Kane, Barca Inter prediction.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to make a quick analysis on the Inter Barca game.
Yes,
I do
sir.
think that Inter are going to play well tomorrow. Then we are just going to get a cheeky 1-0. Then, according to what Ricardo said, like we are going to have the easiest opponents. That's maybe in La Liga this week, and we're going to have enough time to rest our players. I know some Inter fans and some of you people, based on we just played.
You're a Barca fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Based on that, we just played badly in the first leg. Some people are going to come on this angle and saying that. Well, I'm going to say here that we are going to suffer at the Giuseppe Meazza, and I do think that when we go to the Giuseppe Meazza, that's Inter zone, we are going to beat them. We are going to blow them out.
So you're going to beat Inter twice?
Yes. Now, disclaimer. Yeah. If it doesn't go that way, you guys are not going to see me on this hangout again. So,
no. There are lots of people. Gatlock is going to loan himself back to Warri Wolves, and you're going to see a lot of people pretty much crash out if Barca don't go through.
Yeah,
because the disrespect Inter have received is crazy.
I have to just say something. I have to say something because if we don't blow Inter out, we have to make a statement going into that final because we can't just go lead Inter with just one goal and go into a final with PSG. We have to make a statement going into that final. Seriously, this PSG team, they are really, really good. They are really, really good. You can't just struggle with
guys. I'll see you.
Listen. There's one thing.
What?
So download Clear 33 Obscure Expedition.
Oh, I know. I've heard. In case it looks overrated. I'm still waiting for Mass Effect 5, the real one. Guys, peace out. One love. I'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday.